see. You can let me
Helpful to
know
know.
if anything bad happens, but I'm gonna try
Just
and start doing that.
don't do it when we need you. You know what I mean?
Um,
Oh, good.
I
I can hear
mean,
myself.
I'm
I want to
listening
hear you guys.
anyway.
Everybody say something. I
Hello.
hear you. Great.
Hello.
Sorry we're
Meow.
late, everybody. We were waiting on the fourth player who said he might be late. But I think we're going to go ahead and get started anyway. When last we left our intrepid investigators in search of a rotten body for Miss Eldridge to feed to a ghoul to ask it a favor that she wasn't sure what she wanted it to do yet. Our intrepid investigators, find that the body they tried to dig up at the prospector's graveyard near the infirmary, the coffin was instead filled with old rotten sandbags. Probably rotten because the entire coffin was filled with water, as it was essentially buried under the water table up in the prospector's cemetery. Having no recourse, they decided to return to the Salt Marsh Cemetery, heavily armed, and try to negotiate with Miss Aldridge's ghoul. That's where he left off. The date is Saturday, August 11th, 1877. It is sometime approaching midnight, close to it. Miss Miss Eldridge has armed herself with her Winchester rifle. Mr. Hutton has armed himself with his Winchester rifle. Jimenez has. You have two six guns, or just one?
No, I think just one.
Has a revolver.
Rifle
And what
and a
kind of
rifle.
rifle does he have? Does he have a Winchester as well?
Um, no, it's a 44 Henry.
It's a
Wait, no.
Henry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So he is a rifle. Everybody's got their rifles fully armed, loaded, I should say. And as it's getting close to midnight, they are heading up to the Salt Marsh Cemetery on the east side of town. The only structures that are very close to it are the Salt Marsh Methodist Church and Sarah Brown's farm. I'm assuming that they are coming up 28. What the hell is 28? 28 has not been decided upon yet in the game. So if you are looking at the map, you will pass a large building numbered 28. But not sure what that is yet. Not going to worry about it tonight. As they approach the cemetery grounds, um, does anybody have a watch?
Ooh, I
I think I do.
A pocket watch? Nobody has a pocket watch of some kind? Okay.
No?
So you're kind of guesstimating what time it is. You probably, when you return to your room, there's probably some kind of clocks in your room, so you have an idea of what the time is. By the time you reach the cemetery, it's probably just before midnight. Where do you want you approach the entrance? There's no walls around this cemetery, anything like that. So it's just like where the road expands and you start seeing gravestones. Where is does everybody want to go? Or do you wish to discuss it for a moment before you actually enter the cemetery? Or just say a few words and then disappear into the darkness. I'll be over here. I don't know.
how
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 do you
dark
want?
is it right now?
Oh, good question. I believe the moon is a little more than a sliver because you had a lot of good darkness when you were digging up that grave. It is August 11th. August 11th, 1877 makes it the ninth was the new moon, which is just a tiny sliver of a moon. Hey, let's roll for some weather. Straight, fresh weather roll. Um, it looks like there are dark clouds rolling in from the sea, and you can see flashes of lightning in those dark clouds. You think you probably have some time. Um, the sky above has also become kind of cloudy since you were at the prospector's graveyard. So it is pretty dim. You can see each other's as silhouettes, little more than silhouettes right now, um, even standing fairly close together. So it's fairly dark. Nobody has any light sources on them. Probably don't want to if you're going to be messing around in a graveyard at night. Otherwise, it will draw attention. Um, yeah. Do you wish to discuss a plan, or other? If you don't, who's going to go where?
I mean, since it's so close, I'm gonna stick close to Isabella.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Where? Okay, I'm trying to find the right map. Where exactly is it?
It should be in. Oh shoot! I forgot to turn on my backup. Hold on a sec.
In-game chat? No, I'm not
My
seeing.
backup recording. Oh no. Start recording, damn you. It should be in Saltmarsh Maps.
Really?
In Down Darker Trails gaming chat. If you slide down a little more than halfway, you'll see Saltmarsh Books, Gazettes, and then Maps.
Yeah, I looked. Hang on. Um, cause the. But which one? Because
Should be the newest one. The one at the bottom. Hold on. All right, there is. Yeah, it should be. If you scroll all the way to the
there's the
bottom, it
list
should say updated Saltmarsh map just above a list of buildings that you know what they are.
above the list. Oh,
Just above the list. It's in the same
this is
entry.
just a map of Saltmarsh of
Yes.
the whole.
yeah.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
no.
okay.
I didn't do any map of just the graveyard.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Okay,
That's okay.
I misunderstood.
It's
Got it.
at this juncture, it's not that important exactly where everybody is. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
there is kind of a bigger box up on the upper right, just to the right of the number 27. That's the mausoleum. Otherwise, it's just gravestones. Some are stone, some are wooden. Um, it's very quiet here.
Um, can I ask like where exactly? Because I'm kind of zoomed in on this is 27, right?
Right? Yes.
So where did I meet the ghoul within this little
You see the
area?
row of there's like two rows of four under 27, and there's like a dot
Yeah.
above them. It was around the area of where
Mhm.
that dot is. Because that's pretty
Okay,
close to the
so in the
center of the
middle.
graveyard, and then he came out of that little mausoleum. There's only one little mausoleum in this place,
Oh, I see.
and your friends at that time waited back by the entrance, basically where the
Got it.
path comes in. This time you're kind of entering the graveyard, or you're right at the entrance,
Hmm.
and Fernando has rifle in hand. You've probably got your rifle in your hand, so you can quickly use it if you have to. And I'm assuming Hutton's the same way.
Yes.
And just people are kind of ready. Maybe not. They don't have fingers on triggers or anything like that, but it's not hard to get set up. Um, so where do you want to go, Miss Eldridge? You've all kind of come to the graveyard and stopped at the entrance to kind of survey it for a moment. Everything is in
Yeah.
shadow. Everyone
Um,
notices very distinctly this time that there's hardly any mosquitoes around here, which is not
right.
something that has
So
been a thing.
we don't
Lately.
see anything, any figures, anything that
No,
stands out.
no,
Okay.
nothing. You don't see anybody. You don't see any body in the graveyard. You don't think it is very dark. The flashes of lightning are far enough away that they're not illuminating at all. They're pretty far out to
Well,
sea.
we should have. I should have asked this before, but we didn't bring any lanterns or anything.
It would probably not be a great idea to be walking around in the graveyard at night with a light, because
Okay.
people will
Fair enough.
probably potentially
It will
notice you.
draw
It could
attention.
draw attention.
Fair enough. All right.
No, it would.
Um,
It would draw attention. Not
Yeah,
could. It
a lot of
would.
yeah.
people are asleep, but yeah, somebody would likely. There's a
Yeah.
good chance somebody would notice. You're
And I
fairly.
guess I don't.
Go ahead.
I guess I don't have a knife or a dagger. That was just in the Dreamlands. I'm not seeing any on my character sheet.
You can have a luck
So
check if you would like to have a knife, small knife. It'd be a
sure.
D4 knife. Give me a luck check,
Okay.
and if you make it, then
Just as a backup.
yeah, you grabbed a knife out of the kitchen at Miss Trudy's before you left.
Oh my god.
You make it?
No.
No, it's a bad. Oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
Did you roll a 99 or a 100 or something?
No, just a
You have one.
72.
It's in your leg. What? Anyway, no, you don't. You forgot. You think about it at the graveyard. You're like, damn, I should have grabbed one of the carving knives or one of the steak knives that Miss Trudy had before I left the house.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
rifle.
Oh well.
So what are you
Yep.
doing? What do y'all want to do? You've kind of
Do
hesitated
we
at the
know what time it
entrance.
is?
You have an idea. You left. You think it's about 5 till midnight is a best guess from the clocks that you last saw. Nobody carries a watch, so
Right. Oh god.
you would have some
I'm nervous
difficulties.
and Isabella's nervous.
That's fine.
So she's probably like a little on edge, kind of shaking, wide-eyed, you know.
Probably why you
Um,
hesitated at the entrance to the graveyard for a moment.
yeah, for sure. All right, I will cautiously and quietly, if possible,
Hmm.
walk towards the center, I
Okay,
guess.
yeah. You can make a stealth check if you want to be that quiet.
I mean, just cautious, slow steps, but I'll do it anyway, just to see what happens. 21. Ooh, that's good. What's my
Is that a
stealth?
success?
Uh, do I have a coin?
Yeah, you do. If you want to use it.
Okay, I use my coin then,
Okay.
and I succeed.
So Miss Eldridge starts very quietly moving into the cemetery. What are the other two
I'm gonna
gentlemen
follow.
doing?
I'm gonna follow suit.
You're staying
Yeah.
close. Make me a. You're gonna try to stealth too. Yeah, make me a
Yep.
stealth check. What about Hutton? Is he going
I'm
in?
gonna
Regular.
I'm gonna follow suit as well.
You're going with.
Oh,
Oh boy, Hutton, your sanity is very fragile.
I know.
You could
I've
always
seen
wait at a
ghouls.
distance. It's good to fire guns at a distance.
I will.
You know the other two gentlemen waited at the entrance the last night. And,
I'll
And
hang back.
um,
25 yards.
25 yards. Okay, yeah.
Or
Um, what's that? 75 feet. Okay.
Alonzo is not there yet.
Not
Is
yet.
he
So
even meeting us?
Stop for a
Alonzo, you
cigarette.
said you're going to meet him. He stopped for a smoke.
Oh,
Wait, here
oh,
he comes.
hey!
He comes walking up.
Oh, great timing.
Alonzo
Hey,
had to do a little puff puff before he
hi
came
everyone.
along. Hey, we went in. We
Hello.
just
So,
got started a couple minutes ago.
okay, well, I would have been a lot earlier, except so there's
after.
a after 4 innings, there's a rule that says 10 runs ends the game. So the home team was ahead by 9
Oh,
when that inning ended.
curses.
So then the visiting team scored, I think, 5 in the top of the fifth, which took a long time, and then the home team scored 6 in the bottom of the fifth to end it. So there
Okay.
were at least 12 additional runs that could have been avoided if they'd scored one more previously.
That's okay.
So anyway,
We were going to have
here I
you
am.
taking a little smoke. You
Mm-hmm.
stopped for a little smoke, puff puff, to brace
Sounds about right.
yourself because these things are not natural, and you could smell them from the edge of the graveyard before, and uh, it
What things?
probably put you off just a little bit.
Wait a minute, where are we?
You're at the
At the
graveyard, number 27. Everybody's heavily armed
placeholders. Yeah.
at this
Oh,
juncture
right, right.
because Miss Eldridge uh, is returning to see the ghouls, the ghoul, I'm sorry, without bringing anything to appease it. And
Yep.
she is not sure how it will react, but it was pretty rude the last time. So it there's a chance that it might be. Um, did you want to give yourself a nice good dose of the opium to brace yourself, Alonzo?
Want to? Less than probably did anyway.
Did anyway. Needed to. He's like, I'll meet you at the graveyard, and he went into he went into the hotel, got some, and gave himself some good puffs. So um, you feeling good. And how this is going to affect you for the next 4 hours, you get a bonus die for all sanity checks, and insanity effects that would normally be suffered are negated for the duration. And you also
Hutton
ignore all
becomes
pain
addicted to
related.
opium.
Hold on, let me finish. You also
Sorry.
ignore all pain related con rolls. So if you take a major wound, you're not going to get knocked out because you're like, that doesn't hurt that bad. Um,
Okay.
we're going to ignore the immobility for now. You didn't smoke that much. But normally you
Yeah,
have
if I'm
nausea.
if I'm here, by definition,
Yes,
I'm mobile.
most side effects are nausea, constipation, immobility for 1 to 2 hours. Um, and then there's stuff about the addiction, which your character's already addicted, so we don't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
Um, oh, let me know if you ever want to make a Cthulhu Mythos roll while you're stoned, because that could be very interesting too.
I don't think I have any points in this.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes that easy to deal with. So Alonzo
I'm,
comes up. He's reeking of opium and tobacco. As you see, actually, all three of them start entering the graveyard, Alonzo. As you reach the entrance, you notice almost immediately that the mosquitoes that have been kind of everywhere. Um, there's not many mosquitoes in the graveyard. Again, you noticed that the last time, I believe, and it is still true apparently. So they are walking in. Do you want to go with them? Do you want to wait by the entrance, or what does Alonzo wish to do? It's very
uh,
dark. It's overcast. There's only a sliver of a moon. There is lightning coming from out to sea. This all feels terribly familiar to three of you. No, to two of you, because Isabella wasn't there when you first went to the graveyard and in Nithivash, and it was much like this, except it's not foggy. So, do you wish to like walk in with them? Do you wish to follow behind? Do you wish to stay at the entrance? Do you want to go home? Whatever you want to do. What's your call there, Lieutenant Shaeder?
I. So where is? Wait a minute, just to fill me in here. Where
Hmm.
is everybody at this point?
They've
Who's
just
going where?
they've just started walking towards the center of the graveyard. Right now,
Everybody
they're
is doing.
all three of them are going in. Yes, right now.
Okay.
Everything's
Well,
very
then
very
I will stay with them then.
okay. So you notice Hutton holds back about 25 yards from the close to the center of the graveyard where Miss Eldridge last time chanted her spell, and then the mausoleum doors opened. It looks like he's going to hang back. Everybody has rifles, I believe. Does Lieutenant Shaeder have a rifle?
Yes.
Okay, good. So everybody
I
has
am.
rifles.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell my character sheet went.
Oh no, not again. And Aaron, look at Aaron.
This,
There,
this is an older version.
there's that arrogance, Aaron. There's that elf arrogance. Because you're like, well, I printed mine out. It's right here. I saw that look cross your face.
I'm not gonna lie, you're right.
Solves everything. That's why I print out the character sheets of some of the major NPCs that I've got. So
It's just
Hutton,
easier.
Hutton kind of falls back. It looks like he's going to take an overwatch position.
Okay.
The other two are still continuing forward. Shaeder has joined you, by the way. Just make sure everybody kind of knows that. Does anybody
Yeah.
say anything to him, or is it just like silence? He shows up, and you guys just keep walking. Like, yeah,
Yep.
we know.
Just say.
Just a nod.
Just a
Yep.
nod. Okay. Um, so Hutton stopped 25 yards away, kind of almost due south of this. There's a small hill there, but it's only a couple feet high. You know what I mean? There's a lot. There's like 8 graves on it. They might be all part of the same family. Um, the other two are continuing on towards the center of the graveyard. Are you going to accompany them all the way in, Lieutenant Shaeder?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to my updated character sheet. I really don't.
I can't help you. I don't
Yeah. No.
either.
No. I don't
So I'm
expect you
sorry.
can. I just like. How can I not find? How? Where the hell did it go?
Have you done a search for Shaeder or Alonzo or
Yeah.
whatever you
It
call it?
only turned. It only turned up the. It only turned up the older character sheets.
Huh. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll
It's
just
fine.
live with this one for the
I
moment. It'll be
never
close
leave
enough.
anything. Okay. Um. Yeah, y'all reach the center. Um. There are no real big clocks that tone.
Does Shader have a watch?
Oh yeah, you ask him
Yes.
that?
Yes, I do.
Did you ask him that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a watch?
Yeah. So, does anyone have a watch?
And then Shader says yes, he
A
does.
timepiece?
Yep.
What
Uh,
time is it?
It's too dark to see it, but you have matches,
Uh,
don't you?
Yeah, I'll strike a match.
You can
just to
easily
look at the
strike a
watch
match
face.
and look at the watch. As you watch, the second hand comes around to midnight, and almost exactly as your watch reaches midnight, you hear the creak of a metal door being opened again.
I braced myself for the stench that was about to come.
Yes, it is the stench that does come first. It is very dark. Um, let's see. You guys already did that. Whatever it is, something creeps out of the mausoleum and starts to kind of move your way, and you hear the stamp of hoof beats on the ground as it comes to you. Um,
They have hooves? I didn't think they had
What?
hooves.
uh, you recognize the shape. The smell gets worse and worse and worse. Kevin, sorry, Lieutenant Shaeder, all you smell is the sweet smell of opium. Um, Everybody can make me
Sweet,
a
sweet.
spot hidden. That includes Hutton, who's watching this.
Can I fail it on purpose?
No. Once it gets close enough, you're going to be able to make
but rolling 100 definitely makes me fail it.
it. Okay, you fail. Hutton made his. Miss Eldridge made hers.
Extreme.
Lieutenant
I got a 3.
Extreme. Let me see what you needed.
Did not
Extreme
respond.
failure.
I needed a 9.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's an extreme for me.
Is the dice roll not working?
Try again.
Oh.
Yeah, those things are hit or miss.
The application did not respond.
Okay, it's not working for some reason. Do you have some dice, Kevin?
Let me try the random dice rolling channel.
Okay, that's fair. Sean, what kind of a success?
Hard.
A hard is a success. You need a hard success, a hard spot hidden for this. Alonzo's too busy watching the thing coming at, thinking, "I'll be okay."
No, it's
be
not
okay.
working.
I've dealt with this
Um,
before. I'll be okay.
Aha. Yes, I do have my dice
Yay!
bag.
I trust my players. I have to.
So let me.
You don't have to, but it's nice that you do.
Yeah. Well, I need to do it for my own self sanity.
Right.
We need
I haven't used my Elder Sign percentage dice in quite some time. Actually.
Are those the ones from Q Workshop?
I have no idea where they
Okay,
came
those
from.
were mine are from.
Also, I'm not sure where the other one is.
Oh no.
Shit. Found the 1s, but not the 10s. Well, that's annoying. Oh well.
Roll it
Let's use a
twice. Use tens first.
Say
No,
you
use
got
a different 10s.
Oh, that works too.
as long as they're different colors, as long as you know which one is your 10s and which one isn't.
Yeah, I know. I've got it proper 10s. Let's see. 64 is going to be now.
No. Okay, so Isabella and Hutton. Hutton, you know what happened the last time? The guy was all pissed. Bring me a body. You know she's not bringing a body. Both of you are a little unnerved to see there is apparently a second ghoul lurking at the entrance of the mausoleum.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. The first ghoul has come forward. You had a crit fail. You don't notice anything.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, like, you could fuck with me, like, if you wanted to.
No. In this case,
But,
no.
all right.
Your extreme success means your eyes start watering from the smell.
Okay. Or my
you're just
extreme
like,
failure.
Your extreme failure, yeah. Everything is turning into a big blur, and you keep trying to wipe it clear with this hand because your rifle's.
No, he might actually be letting
You're just
it
gonna let it happen. Okay.
a little bit. Unless shit hits the fan.
So then I'll need a sanity check for everybody who's up there next to this thing that has approached within a few feet. Hutton, you're far enough away you can just make out silhouettes,
right
just like the others the night before.
Oh, and then say,
I found the updated character sheet. I think this is the updated one.
You found it?
Oh,
Awesome.
I did.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So,
Yeah,
sanity
right.
check.
76. Is that a success? How'd we do, folks?
Oh, sanity roll?
Yes, please. Sanity roll. It's close enough you can make out enough of the features to realize it's not a human being. It does have hooves for feet. Jimenez. You kind of were probably focused on that because you questioned it. How'd you do, Lieutenant Shaeder?
Well,
I succeed. I rolled 19.
You
against
also get a
57.
bonus die, Shaeder, right now. Remember, you're pretty stoned. So don't
Okay,
forget
well,
that.
will a hard or extreme success make a difference?
No. But so you don't have to re-roll it. If you succeeded, you lose 0. Fernando, how'd you do?
it's like an extreme success.
Okay. Isabella, I heard an oh no from you. You failed?
It's a really bad fail. I got a 96.
96.
I'm not positive, but my sanity says 29.
That's going to be an extreme. That's going to be that's a fumble. So that's maximum sanity loss. so I don't have to roll.
Okay.
So you're going to lose 5 points of sanity. You are losing 1 less because you lost 2 the night before, and so that kind of knocks down to 1. So for seeing ghouls, so yeah, 5 points. I need an intelligence check from you.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh, glad I stayed back.
Okay, go.
Let me get my sanity page out here. Good luck. You want to fail this?
Come on. Oh wait, no. I'm supposed to fail.
You want to fail this intelligence check? Yes, you failed.
Yes.
You do not go temporarily insane. You do not have a bout of madness. Yeah, you are messed up. 5 points knocks you down to like 20, 29. I thought you were down to 22 last.
If 29 was accurate.
24. I thought you were already down that far. I'm gonna start writing your
I
sanity
thought
down.
so too,
It keeps
but
going
I'm
all
not-
over the place.
I'm sorry. I filled out my character sheet now. The stats anyway. So
you're down to
if you
24.
think it's 24, though, I can.
I'm gonna start keeping track of your sanity. It keeps like I don't think you're keeping track of it very well. I could be mistaken.
I've had issues with the character sheet. Sorry. I don't
Okay,
know.
you're shocked to the core by this thing, despite the fact that you've seen it before. You do recognize it as the same one, and it mutters at you. You brought nothing.
Hello, Mr. Ghoul.
What?
I didn't catch your name last time.
It wasn't her
I'm
fault.
Isabella. I'm very sorry.
Is your full name?
Why do you need to know that? May I ask?
There are reasons, and I would like your full name.
I'm not sure I feel comfortable with that, not knowing the reasons. If you were to elaborate, perhaps I could oblige, but, see, now, the thing is, what had happened was that we went to the infirmary, and there was a graveyard up there, and we figured that would be the best chance to find what you require. And we did indeed dig up a grave.
Who made the check to see? It was only Loren and Isabella. The other two of you can make a spot hidden now, please, for me. Fernando and Lieutenant Shaeder. Isabella, as you're talking and making your excuses, you and Pikerize. It's a regular success this time.
Oh, I succeed.
You notice
hard success,
the other ghoul is coming forward, like creeping up. Not very quietly, but it is moving forward. You're starting to hear your first ghoul start to growl, and it says, "You want my name, but you won't give me your own, and you fill this place with stories." Is how it interrupts you.
I tried everything I could. I sincerely did.
What is your name?
There wasn't a body. There was sandbags in it, and we didn't have any time. I had to come here at midnight, so I thought I would just talk to you and
that's all you
see
do.
If we could maybe
make
some sort of deal.
Talk. And the other ghoul is coming up behind the first one, and it says, "You hear some dogs barking down in town somewhere." The second ghoul.
That was well timed.
The second ghoul says, "Mars, just leave her alone. I know her."
It said Mars?
Mars, yes, is what it said. Miss Eldridge, you recognize that voice, that growling, almost somewhat slightly feminine voice.
Yes.
Woohoo! There's two ghouls there now. Fernando's another monster's there. Loren, there's another shadow.
Oh, I knew there was going to be more. Where there's one, there's like six more.
Yep.
Is everybody hearing this whole conversation?
Yes.
Or
Loren is probably catching. He's 25 yards away. It's a quarter of a football field. He's probably catching some of it. You heard, but not every single word. As much as you want, Loren, you can make out some words. You can't see the creatures. You can smell the smell, but it's not as overpowering as with the other three of you poor unfortunate souls. She goes,
It's still not as bad as being trapped on a ship with them.
And the first ghoul turns towards her, and he turns towards the second and says, "They brought nothing. Nothing. She wants," and he points, and the finger almost goes is like inches from you, because he was pretty close. And he's not looking at you, he just points, he's pointing directly at your face. And oh God, the smell. And there's this claw on the end of that finger that is black and thick. It looks like it's curved. Like it would be bad to have that thing touch you or to have that thing come at you. She brought nothing, and she expects me to tell her who I am and my life story, probably. And it looks at you, and it looks back, and the other ghoul is like, Mars, go wait. Go wait. I'll take care of this. And for a second, you don't know what's going to happen. There's this intense feeling between the two, like there's going to be a fight.
And I'm shrinking. I'm shrinking away, stepping back, putting my hands up, like going, like praying, like I'm sorry.
And then the second ghoul says, and then the first ghoul just goes ah, and he stomps really loudly this time, like literally stomping his hooves, and goes back over to the mausoleum.
I didn't realize he had hooves before.
You've only ever seen these things really in the darkness, so you may not have noticed. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, they have hooves. Their feet obviously end in hooves. They have huge claws. Their skin is black and rubbery. They have snouts almost like dogs. Larger ears. They're naked. They don't wear any clothing.
And kind of skeletal a bit?
No, not really.
Skin stretched over bone, that kind of thing? Or
Here we go. Here, I'm going to put in NPCs
Sounds terrifying.
the pictures of these things. Let's see.
Like sinew.
I figured they were just like Wendigos, kind of.
No, they're nothing like Wendigos. Ghouls and Wendigos are
Really?
two totally different things. Yeah, big time.
Well,
where are my ghouls? Okay.
I mean, given what they are, besides what they look like, everything else points to.
There's our first
Wendigo.
ghoul. There's his face. And here's him all together. And here's our second ghoul. The face. In this case, the second ghoul is not eating what it's eating in the picture, but there's the all together.
It doesn't look like hooves in the picture, but
They're hooves.
those are. I'm seeing long finger-like feet.
But they're hooves.
Okay. All right. Oh my god. That's what Ada looks like? Are you serious?
Yes, she's a ghoul. She's not cute.
She's way more terrifying than Mars is.
That's probably why. Well, she's. All I'm saying is that's her.
Jeez, okay. I don't think
She
you showed
steps
me that
forward
before,
and takes your
honestly.
hand. I probably didn't. I probably didn't show you a picture. I don't think I had a picture for her when we played first time.
Oh, okay, wow. Properly freaked out.
She says, "Wisely done, Isabella, not giving your name to him, though he was within his rights to ask. As you brought nothing, why did you bring nothing?"
I tried everything I could. I didn't have very much time. I didn't know where to find a body, and we went to the infirmary and we dug up a grave, but there were only sandbags
Oh, how
in
rude!
the coffin. That's all we found, and we didn't have time to dig another one.
It's best to bring
So-
something for a ghoul that you have summoned. She looks
Well,
back
I
towards
thought about bringing
the
an animal,
mausoleum.
but he said no.
Oh no, that won't do at all. And who are your friends? She's looking at Jimenez. This creature has the cadence and kind of the figure of a female. Kind of.
I'm still kind of keeping my head slightly turned.
That's fine.
Whichever way the breeze is coming from.
It's coming from the actually kind of to your right and a little behind you because it's coming from out to sea. The breeze here is
Yeah,
almost
like-
always from the
I
Pacific.
said it's just slightly turned with his nose to the right side of
Trying
his
not to
body.
smell. Yeah, the stench is very intense. But she
Yeah.
did say, "Who are your friends?" As she looks at the two of them that are within view. Oh, I'm going to give her a spot
Yes.
hidden.
This is Fernando and Alonzo.
The
And I
ghoul-
intentionally do not say their last names.
That's fine.
Just in
The
case.
ghoul nods at each of them, or at each of you. There she is.
And I guess I don't mention Hutton unless she mentions him, because he's kind of hidden, I assume. She
He's
doesn't
pretty far
see him,
away.
maybe?
Um,
It's a pleasure to meet you. And I'm
I'll just
lying
return
through
the
my
nod
teeth.
with a nod.
you did what? I heard the nod, but what did you say, Aaron? A
I'll just
pleasure to meet
return
you.
it with a
What?
nod, just a nod of my
Yeah,
own.
no, I heard
But
that.
I will, but I will also lower the rifle point so it's at the ground.
Okay. Were you pointing the rifle at the ghouls before?
No, I was holding
Okay.
it level like this,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
now I'll
Okay,
point it
gotcha.
downward.
What was it you said, Jimenez?
I
You said
said it's
pleasure
a
to meet
pleasure
you,
to,
and then you said something
and
else.
I was lying through my teeth.
Oh, give me a fast talk then.
I already did. I
Okay.
failed. So
Okay.
That's appropriate.
She gives you a long look. If you're not looking at her still,
like I said, my head's still kind of cocked to the side.
Okay, so
like
the
I'm
other
trying
two
to
of
catch
you-
that fresh air.
the other two of you
through my
notice her
nostrils.
long look at him, and then she merely says, "The feeling is mutual." Um, she says, "Mars said that you mentioned my name, and he found me in the Dreamlands.
Yes.
The next
Yes,
time,
say
bring
that.
something that the ghouls will at least not figure that you are a good substitute for."
Absolutely. I was afraid of that, but I figured I would take the shot and show up anyway. I think if I had more time next time than just one night,
For the next time,
it could be
yes.
more doable.
Make sure that you bring
So,
something. Even if they
absolutely.
refuse to help you, if they have a good meal, they're less likely to kill you.
Right. Yes, noted. Well, um, thank you for coming, Ada. I truly appreciate it.
It has been
Part of me almost wants to say I've missed you,
You
but that
can say
doesn't.
whatever you want.
I
It
don't
has
know.
been a very long time.
Um,
That's what she says.
how have you been? What's up?
Small talk is not something we ghouls very often indulge in.
Fair
What is
enough.
it you need, Isabella?
I so my companions and I are up against a sort of supernatural force.
Oh, the Wizard
Uh
Wilkes, Mars told me.
oh, yes. And we don't really have a plan as to how to defeat him. And I just thought that I would take a shot in the dark and contact you and see if you had any ideas or could potentially help us vanquish him.
Even I have heard of the Wizard Wilkes, though no
Oh?
ghoul knows where he is. There are rumors that he's at war right now with someone. Nothing more substantial than that.
Ah, well, I know
I
where he is.
We stay away from wizards except for our own.
You have wizards.
Of course. We're ghouls. We learn many things. Some
Oh.
wizards or sorcerers are buried with their books. Then they become ours. Those that aren't burned and there's ashes scattered. That could be your fate someday.
Ah, I prefer not to think about that type of future for myself, but we shall see. Um, well, that's interesting to learn that you all have wizards. Do you know any personally?
She actually looks back towards the mausoleum, where the other ghoul seems to be sulking in the doorway, like kicking the ground, and he seems to be pretty upset.
Mars?
Mars knows
You're
some magic, yes.
oh,
Yes, he's very dangerous. He
he
was
is
from here, you know. Don't know why he wanted to come back.
I see. Uh, he doesn't seem
Wait.
to like me very
You're-
much.
You called him up and then had nothing for him. He is put off by that.
I understand.
And then she
Yes,
turns
I
towards
tried to apologize.
Yes. She turns towards
That's
Fernando
not.
because he started to say something. You were saying?
You said he's from Washington Territory?
He's from Saltmarsh, from my understanding. Or was a while ago. 20 years, I think, he's been a ghoul. Why do you ask?
I found it surprising, that's all.
Hmm.
I was curious.
He became a
Great.
ghoul sometime after I did. He knows many things. I believe his name is Mars Parlow. I could be mistaken. I don't know him well. He sought me out in the Dreamlands. And when he mentioned your name, I decided to come and see how you were. And give you words of advice. Always have a corpse or a friend. She looks at Jimenez again, who you don't like very much. That can serve. Either way works.
Is there anything else besides a corpse that you all ever seek out? Any besides food? Is there anything else that could substitute in a pinch?
No.
No. Okay.
Rotten
Good to know.
human flesh. She looks at Fernando again and then looks back at you. Is
Well,
what
it's a good
we
thing we aren't that.
it's what we eat, it's who we are. We live forever, you know. You're always welcome to join us, Isabella. I would be happy to help you along the way if you preferred it.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you, Ada.
You can't summon me specifically with the spell,
Oh, yes, I was wondering about that. I
but
thought I could.
I can loiter here in Saltmarsh for a few days if you think you might need help. You will have to use the spell. I'm not going
Oh,
to simply sit in a mausoleum, but I can be in the vicinity.
I see.
I'll let Mars
Ah,
know that.
if only I could write you a letter.
We have not much need for that kind of thing. We're
Those
beyond it,
spells, they take something out of a person,
of course.
you know.
I'm sorry
Well,
I can't help you any more than that. The Wizard Wilkes is a mystery to the ghouls. There are no cemeteries anywhere near him in the Dreamlands, so we cannot learn what we usually learn about people.
hmm,
About perhaps Fernando or Alonzo. You gave both their first names only, right?
yeah,
That's what you said? Yes. Okay. I
yeah.
mean, she knows your full name from meeting you
Oh,
before. Probably.
okay,
I think you introduced yourself completely to her, but that's neither here nor there.
probably. I don't
But
know.
so that's what she
Uh,
says, like Fernando or Alonzo. We have ways of finding
uh,
out many things that fall to the wayside that most people don't notice.
well, I am curious to learn more, but I
Oh,
suppose
I can
perhaps
teach you.
perhaps that would require me becoming a ghoul myself if
Perhaps.
I don't know. Well, I don't think I'm quite ready for that journey yet, but I would love to learn as much as I can from you, barring that. Um,
I do not
now,
know any magic. I never followed that
uh,
route. This school also
I
looks
see.
young to you guys, by the way. Compared to the first one that came out, she's a little smaller.
Hmm.
And I think everybody can make a
Well,
history check, or might have already done this,
and I already know
actually.
this
You already know
information,
this.
right?
She's already explained it to you, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, 5, but you know what? Might as well
Now,
roll.
Oh,
Andy,
5. Oh, oh, 5. Yeah, I don't think anybody
Oh,
has much in that. Did you
yeah,
make it?
no.
No,
Oh
okay.
five? No, no.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's not surprising. It's a pretty vague little fact. She named
I
herself.
can fill them in later.
And I believe you actually gave her full name to them,
I think
didn't you?
so,
Or
yeah.
did you just call her? Or just say Ada?
I
I
probably
just heard her
mentioned
say
her last name.
Ada.
Okay, but she has probably mentioned her last name at some juncture discussing this ghoul she met that she's trying to summon,
Hmm.
like yesterday or the day before, or whenever she was talking about summoning the ghoul. Okay,
I think so.
okay,
I have a
it doesn't
question.
matter that much. Yeah.
I think out of character, I have a question. Um,
Can we
Ada
wait?
said
Go ahead.
Ada said there was no cemetery near Wilkes in the
Right.
Dreamlands.
Yep.
Now, did I ever see a cemetery in
You
Wilkesboro?
guys never went on the east side of town at all. If it's set up like Salt
What-
Marsh, it would have a cemetery up there by the church on the east side of town. You guys went in.
Right.
You went to the inn. You went up to the Grove. You never went that
Yeah.
far east.
But there has to, like, what do they do with their dead? There has
You
to be
don't
one,
know.
right?
You don't know.
Do
Are you
they cremate
asking
them,
Ada?
or- that was out of character, but
Right. You don't know. You just don't know. You know what I mean?
okay.
The
So
only one who might have seen it is Hutton,
so-
because he took a carriage and went out the east side of town. He might have seen if there was a graveyard there, but right now
oh,
he's
and
over
he,
hidden in the darkness somewhere.
yeah. Uh,
Hutton, come over
okay.
here. Probably.
I'm paying very close attention to the shadows
Oh, that's right. You have a fear of them, don't you? In the corners of the room,
of something
especially.
hiding in the
Oh yeah.
darkness.
Okay.
Oh,
That second
wow.
ghoul's hiding in the shadows of the mausoleum over there. So
Yeah.
that's creeping the shit out of you.
Yep.
And you're looking all around, making sure that there are no shadows. That's fine.
Yeah.
I like that. Go ahead, Miss Eldridge. So we can wrap up this little role play. She
Sure.
cannot. Yeah. Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to say to her?
Yeah. Yes. So Ada, now you said you don't know where the Wizard Wilkes is in
No.
the Dreamlands? Oh,
We have
well,
no easy way to get there, wherever he is, and no ghoul has ever mentioned knowing where he is. So
I could fill you in a little
she's
bit.
listening. If you want to tell her where he is, you can give her instructions on how to get there.
Yeah, I'll give her as much as I know, as much as I remember.
She basically replies
Um,
that since there's no graveyard there, for whatever reason, if there was, the ghouls would have learned of it and be able to find it fairly easily.
I see.
Then there's no real reason for them to go there.
So, and there's no way for you to go there if there's no graveyard?
Not an easy way, not from underground. If there's a
I,
graveyard, she kind of looks up and then looks back down. We can find it from the underworld where most of the ghouls live.
I see.
In the Dreamlands. Of course,
So
that's
there's
true here
no
as well.
way. There's no way at all for you to get there. Is that what you're
Except
saying?
by traveling conventionally, as you did. However
By
you got
boat.
there. Walking by ship. Ghouls are
Hmm,
not. We do not have many sailors amongst our people.
that makes sense. Okay,
She
that
kind
would
of
be a
shrugs.
lot to ask of you.
When
I'm
she
sorry.
shrugs, it's really creepy. Like it, her shoulders move in a way that they shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Natural, yeah.
Are they like
Yeah, yeah.
cracking bones and
There's no
stuff like
cracking
that?
of bones actually. She's very quiet,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's this weird when she shrugs. It's like her whole body shrugs. You know what I mean?
It's more like her neck shrinks
kind
and
of.
her shoulders
Yeah.
grow.
It's really weird, and it's like ooh, it kind of gives you it gives you a little
I try
woozy
not to
stomach.
visibly recoil.
Yeah, you can.
Um, okay, so okay, I want to fill her in on also what we know about Wilkes with the spell, and that the widow has the paper with the spell on it. I just want to, can I info dump a little bit
You
on
can.
that stuff?
Yeah. It's going to take
Okay.
probably about 15, 20 minutes, but she seems patient and she's willing to
Yeah.
listen.
Okay. So I fill her in on everything we know about that, and that our other friend, I'm just going to say vaguely, other friend.
She kind of
Um,
looks over to where Hutton is before she looks back at you. But she
Yeah.
doesn't say anything.
Okay. Our other friend, is related to him and would like to be rid of him from this world and the next, well, the Dreamlands. Um, so that is our mission. Is Do you know of any way to perhaps either bring him here and, well, or I guess there isn't a way, is there? To kill him?
We go physically from this world to the Dreamlands. I don't know if that's of any help to you, but we have no way of getting to him
Yes.
where he is.
Okay.
So we can't help you in that respect. If you ever enter the Dreamlands through one of our portals, you're physically there. If something happens to you, it happens to you.
Oh.
It's not just a dream.
I see. So what if we brought him to this world in maybe the next few days or something? If you do stick around, would you be able to help us kill him here?
She kind of looks down towards the town. She says, so long as I'm not seen by too many, I would be willing to help, but you will have to call me again with the
I see.
spell.
And you would be called back here to this graveyard. Is that correct?
I would want the wizard's body when you are done with it. When it is dead, when he is dead.
Oh, certainly. Please.
There are certain
by all
things that
means.
we can gain from parts of him.
Absolutely. He's all yours.
Burning
I
those
don't think our
shutters.
friend would have an issue with that at all. And Andy, his body is not in this graveyard, right? It's behind the Gazette?
You don't
Or
know. You don't know where his body is.
I thought we did. Don't
Nobody's ever examined the graveyard or looked at any of the tombstones. There's no graves that you Hutton.
we? Are you
don't.
sure? I thought we knew where
Mhm.
he was buried.
You have no idea. Nobody has ever.
I thought you
You
said he was
talked
buried
about.
outside of the.
No, you don't know.
Okay.
You guys talked a lot about digging him up because you thought the newspaper
no
was
one
with
did.
him. But then Hutton was like, no, I don't think the newspaper was buried with him. It disappeared before he was buried. But you guys have never examined the graveyard. You've never been up here during the day, and nobody's examined the
Oh.
graveyard or even looked or tried or asked even where he's buried.
Oh.
Now keep
Well,
in
that
mind,
seems like an oversight.
this was like 15 or 16 years ago too. So maybe it was, but
Okay. Well, Ada, I imagine he's perhaps buried around here, one of these graves,
then he might already be
I
gone.
would imagine.
Mars might know.
Well, maybe you and Mars could share in partaking of his remains after this is all
Mars,
over.
come here. Mars comes over. He's sulking. He looks perturbed. What? What do you want? Wilkes. The newspaper writer? You know him. I did. He was he ran the newspaper. Called himself a publican. No. Publisher? Publisher. He's a publisher, he said he was. Met him a couple times. I was very young, though. Had nothing to do with the newspaper aside from reading it. Why? Do you know where he's buried? Oh, yes, 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 yes. Yes, I do. He was delicious.
Oh.
Mars knows where he was.
So he's gone then? His body is gone?
His bones lie in the
Completely?
Dreamlands somewhere. In the underworld. His brain was quite tasty. And his heart. Oh, the rot, the smell. I didn't know he was. Well, no, you guys haven't mentioned. Oh, well, fuck. Mars has been eavesdropping on the entire conversation. I didn't know he was a wizard.
You didn't?
He
Oh.
seems kind of like
When
thinks
was,
that's funny.
when was this? When did you consume him?
I don't keep a log of such things, but probably a week or two after he died.
Oh,
I have to
I
take
see.
my meals where I can get them.
Right.
Though those
So does that...
trespassing in the cemetery at night are worth waiting a week or so while they lie in the sepulcher. Sepulcher. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Sepulcher. Or
Sepulcher, I think? I don't know.
I don't know.
Sepulcher.
That's what he says. Sepulcher.
Uh,
And he looks right at you,
okay.
Miss Eldridge.
I hear you.
A half-hearted
Okay.
smile.
So does that spoil this plan then to bring him
Ada
back and
shakes
kill
her
him,
head.
or
I will still help you, Isabel. You helped
we can...
find the
Okay, we
murderer
can
of
still
my
do it.
friend Eleanor. You are my friend. If you are ever in the
Aw.
Dreamlands and the ghouls have captured you, mention my name. Tell them you want to see me. You might survive.
Thank you, Ada. You are my friend as well, and I appreciate everything you have done for me very much. Thank you. So is that all? Do we need to know
Is
anything
it?
else?
Is that all? That's Ada. Mars looks bored. He pulls.
Uh,
He. Yeah, no, he doesn't have any pockets. I was gonna say he pulls something
I
out of his
turn
pocket and
to
starts eating it, but that's not gonna happen.
I turn
use the
to
restroom.
Fernando and Alonzo. I look at them and say, what do you gentlemen think? Anything else we need to discuss?
have
I'm
nothing
sorry.
to
what were
discuss
you
with
thinking?
them.
You both spoke at the same time.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what either one of you said. What'd you say, Frog Dog?
I said I have nothing to discuss with them.
What did you say, Lieutenant Shaeder?
I said, I'm sorry. What were we thinking?
Were we thinking? Is that what you
Were
said?
we thinking?
Yeah.
What? I don't know what that means, Mr. Shaeder.
Neither do I.
Oh. Great. Should we get our
You should.
other friend?
You should take your friend
Or...
home. Ada says, kind of indicating Shaeder with a nod of her head. He is not entirely sure where he is, likely. Are you, Mr. Shaeder?
Oh, I'm certain where I am.
Ah, very
Got
good.
that, Joe.
I see.
We have very good noses.
Fernando, should we get our other friend in on this discussion, or should we
I think it's
is
time,
that all we need?
time to go. It's time to
I think
go.
that's all we need. Let's go.
But Ada nods at that.
Okay.
Call.
Lovely.
I will stay close enough to heed the call. Or Mars
All right.
will
And
find me
and
if he comes.
the wizard's body will be enough in terms of payment. Is that correct?
If there is, yes, a second body, I'll take it.
I see. But
If he physically
you
comes from the
would be
Dreamlands,
satisfied?
that will be fine.
I
Fresh
see.
or rotten.
All right. Good to know. You are very understanding compared to your companion over there. I look at Mars.
Mars looks at you. And then this tongue comes out of his mouth and it goes all the way across his jaw. This big black tongue. And there's some drool that comes down. We'll meet again, I'm sure.
Okay.
He says to you as he leans forward towards you. And then he turns
I
and
shudder.
kind of scampers back towards the mausoleum.
All right.
Don't worry.
Nice seeing you both. Goodbye. See you in a couple of days or something.
She nods and
Perhaps.
she heads back to the mausoleum as well.
All right.
I've lost
Well,
I've lost
boys.
visual to all of you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna drop out and come right back.
Okay. We'll still be here.
Okay.
I hate Discord sometimes. I wish it worked better. Okay, so what's the plan? Are you guys leaving the cemetery? Any other plans here tonight?
Okay.
I
That looks better.
think we're good in the cemetery. I think
Okay.
we're done. So
You guys head back to town?
shall we head back? To
Um,
I guess, sleep or something?
Yeah. you guys go back to your individual homes unless you have something to discuss about all this. Hutton, you heard most of what happened, except towards the end, you started getting a little woozy in your head. So the whatever you missed when you went to the bathroom,
Oh,
your character wasn't paying particularly attention to. You were having trouble discussing
Mhm.
because having trouble hearing it because they were talking pretty close together, but your companions
yeah.
can fill you in on what happened basically.
Yeah.
And that Ada's willing to help you deal with the Wizard Wilkes if you need it, but she'll have to be called with another spell. More dogs are barking down in town. Um, yeah, and you guys can return to your homes safely. The mosquitoes are worse, way worse, outside the cemetery for some reason. It's weird. Um, yeah, night passes uneventfully.
Shall we meet for breakfast tomorrow or something like that and discuss this further?
Sure.
Tomorrow's Sunday, August 12th.
Okay. The saloon is open, I assume?
Oh yeah, well it's open after church.
All right,
But yeah, you can meet at the saloon again if you wish.
great. I will
Fine.
see you gentlemen there.
Right. So you meet the
We
next day.
definitely-
What?
Oh, yes. I was gonna say. Part of me was like, I definitely attended church if I woke up on time.
Okay, make a con check. Let's see if you wake up on time. Yeah. You guys can meet at saloon
I
around noonish.
yeah. Last minute. Last minute.
Yeah.
59 out of 60.
There you go.
I made it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can meet at the saloon. There you are. Sunday after late morning at the saloon. What do you want to do?
I get a sandwich. And is it weird
Yeah.
to drink beer at noon in this town?
Nobody seems to judge you, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
So yeah, you get
Sandwich
some
and a
food.
beer, then.
You guys have food, and an early lunch, and there you go. If you want to talk about anything you want.
So, all of that aside last night, do we actually have a plan, or is this mere circulation?
This is the
I-
time to
I-
make the plan, I think.
Speculation.
I think I will have to get the paper from the widow.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does seem that that's necessary at this point.
Have you considered whether you'd like to be honest or stealthy about this? Or something else?
Hmm.
That is sort of your mission. I think I've done mine.
I feel I will need to be honest.
All right. Do you need to brainstorm about that, or are you just going to talk to her and see how it goes? Do you need backup?
It would probably be best if I went alone.
All right.
I'm inclined to agree with that.
Lay
Okay.
Later
down.
today, then.
So what's the plan? What are you doing?
When are you planning on meeting her?
I will try to speak with her this afternoon.
All right.
Well, let's see
Okay.
how that goes. And if you've no luck, then I suppose we'll have to come up with an alternative plan.
Yes.
Okay. You can arrange a meeting in the afternoon with the widow Danforth. She's willing to meet with you in the parlor again. Nobody else is there. It's very hot. Um, Mosquitoes have gotten in the house, obviously, so there's mosquitoes about occasionally. And yes, she sits down with some tepid tea with you. Because
I'll be right
hot
back.
tea, okay, hot tea right now is awful. Nobody wants hot
Yeah.
tea on this sweltering day. And she says, "Yes, Mr. Hutton."
I wanted to speak with you again about the paper that you had and you let me look at.
What about it?
Um, I feel I need to be honest with you about what it actually is.
She just looks at you.
I I have met with the wizard, um, with my uncle. Um, he was able to cast awful spells, and he did not actually die.
Mr. Hutton, I don't know what this is all about, but that's balderdash, and you know it. I saw his body. He died years ago.
Then how is his grave empty?
I have no idea, but I saw his corpse. How do you know his grave is empty?
I have been informed
By
by
whom?
people. I have. Sorry, I'm true.
You probably should stop
I
eating
have-
during the role
yeah.
play here.
I have spoken with him, and that's technically a fast talk. That's not the
with
exact
Wilkes?
truth.
You have spoken
Yeah.
with him.
No, that's how I know his grave is empty.
Um, um, I'm not going to make you make a fast talk. She doesn't
Okay.
believe you anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
this is an incredible story you're trying to tell her.
Yeah.
Mr. Hutton, that's ridiculous. I don't know what this is all about. Is this... Are you trying to blackmail me?
I'm not trying to blackmail you. I'm trying to be honest.
By telling me these fantasies, these fantastic, impossible stories.
Yes, I know it seems odd.
It seems much more than that. Are you in your right mind, sir? You seem very nervous.
As right as I can be these days.
Well, perhaps you should find another place to live, Mr. Hutton. I understand you don't scream yourself awake every night now. You no longer need my accommodations, obviously. I have no problem with you living here, but if you are going to insist on these insane tales, then I will have no alternative but to ask you to leave.
But very well.
Good day. She gets up and she leaves the parlor.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give you a persuade, Sean, because you didn't ask for one, and for two,
Yeah.
if you persuade her and she believes that you believe what you're telling her is the truth, she's probably going to think you're crazy anyway.
Yeah.
So at this juncture, she doesn't yet
Yeah.
probably think you're crazy, just weird
Yeah.
or silly.
Okay.
So that approach didn't seem to work.
No.
And she has advised you to find other lodgings.
Yep.
Don't think she's going to just throw you out.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back and try to find the group.
You can find Shaeder. Lieutenant Shaeder's probably in the saloon, smoking some opium and drinking some whiskey, maybe having a snack.
Go.
Jimenez, where do you want to be? You can be at the saloon if you so desire.
Thinking on the porch of the saloon.
He's on the porch.
Like strumming,
Yeah.
just strumming his guitar. Yeah.
The old men are
Not
like,
doing it.
do shoe fly, do shoe fly. You
And,
know, shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me.
Oh, if they start giving me the melody,
Yeah,
the
one of them
rhythm,
will sing it for you. So yeah, you can make a music roll. and see if you can kind of pick up some chords off of it. So you find that's where you find
Wow,
Jimenez.
I failed.
You
I
failed.
failed.
You
I
didn't get it.
too.
Yeah, you're having difficulty like pulling chords out of what chords fit with it. It's kind of complicated. You would need some time. You could probably get it eventually, but you're not having
I'm
luck at
off.
first.
Yeah, I'm off key right now.
Yeah. So Hutton, you find him on the front porch.
Yeah.
He said he can even tell you Shaeder's inside. Last he saw, and Shaeder, yeah, Shaeder's still in there. It's Sunday, Miss Eldridge. Where do you want to be on Sunday? It's your day off. There's
What
no
time?
early afternoon. Not long after Hutton
Um,
left everybody. Not long after you ate.
how's the weather?
Mm, that is an excellent
Is it
question.
sunny? Can we
Let's
have
find
sun?
out.
It's August, right?
Yes,
Got
it's
sun
August.
some of these
It
days.
is sunny and very windy today, which is
Okay.
actually helping with the mosquitoes.
Ah, lovely.
So,
like it's
Can
blowing.
I be on the porch with Fernando?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, so
hanging out,
Miss-
listening to music.
Miss Eldridge is there too. The old guy's just got Fernando to try to play shoe fly, but he's not quite got the chords right. He's not exactly sure.
I'm like bopping my head.
So yeah, all of you can be together if you want to talk about whatever.
The old guys are probably off key, and so I'm trying to. Yeah, that's my excuse.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so
So yeah,
so the four of you can get together and discuss this.
but then, unfortunately, being honest, did not work.
Oh, what happened?
She believes I'm going mad.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then I
So-
suppose we'll need an alternative plan, won't we?
So you think she doesn't know any of this then, and just thinks?
She saw his body. She assumes he is dead.
I see.
So you believe she knows nothing of his other life, as it were.
Correct. Andy, they info dumped all that conversation with the ghouls.
Yeah, they
I
probably
never
filled you in.
I never once saw a graveyard, did I?
You never what? Once
I never saw a graveyard outside of Wilkesboro or the name where
Oh.
Wizard.
Yeah, you did. There was a graveyard in Wilkesboro. In the same spot as it is here.
Okay. The question is there anybody actually buried there?
That is a good question.
Will you tell us that there was one?
I would, yeah. I would have said, yeah, there is.
Because
a
they
graveyard
wanted to
there.
know. They probably would have asked you.
Yeah.
We can retro that
Yeah.
in that they were like, "Hey, was there a graveyard? Did you pass a graveyard in this thing?" And you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, there was one."
He's
Okay.
passed by
I
something
figured
that
there
looked
would
like
be.
a graveyard.
It looked like a
rather than
graveyard. It
bodies.
looked like there were graves in there, and it looked much like the one here, except probably stuff's in
Yeah.
different positions, slightly.
And there was that issue of the empty graves. Although, I suppose that's
Oh,
less of our concern at present.
That might
And
not be
kinda-
related to this.
Might not be.
I guess we don't know. Because it's a different graveyard, too, so.
It is technically, yeah, yes.
Well, if you're convinced that this newspaper is that important, then the problem becomes how to acquire it.
I think
And,
stealth is the way.
I do not know where she keeps it in the house.
Hmm.
And then that I do not know how often she goes to it.
Probably close. I imagine in her bedroom nightstand, perhaps, or nearby.
I would assume like in her room, in a jewelry box or a mementos.
It took her several minutes to get back to you when she went to get it.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
Maybe
She
her
left for a
box is
while.
locked.
Did you see the paper? What did it look like when she brought it? Spare no detail.
If I remember
Be
correctly,
as
it
exact
was
as you
folded up.
can.
It was folded up.
It was folded several times, so it was only about like this. It was very flat. She unfolded it very carefully. The folds were very crisp.
It's
What
being
it
it's in
it
a
sounds
book.
to me. It sounds to me like it was pressed in a book, the way ladies like
Yeah.
to press flowers in a book.
You both said that at the same time. I love that. I'm getting
That
coins for
sounds
that.
likely. I could see it. Uh, a book, perhaps a diary, or her favorite book. I don't know.
I would assume her favorite book would be the Bible.
That gets you
Ah,
another coin.
that's a good place to look then.
Because that is exactly what I was
I
thinking.
I feel like it's probably she has a secret favorite book that is not the Bible. I bet she has. Now Isabella's just kind of gossiping and she's kind of giggling about it. I bet she has some sort of salacious romance novel. That was a thing in this time, right? Still, even this early
So
romance.
yeah, the equivalent of it. Not like they are now, but certain
Yeah.
Emily Bronte or freaking oh shit,
Oh,
Heathcliff. What the hell?
well,
Um,
the Pride and
Wuthering
Prejudice.
Heights. You're thinking of Wuthering Heights, I
Wuthering
think.
Heights. Yeah,
Oh,
those. I don't remember exactly when they came out, but those types of books were being
Those are
written.
yeah.
those are older. The
I guess
the
I don't know what.
entertainment of this era are dime novels. They're basically like television.
Right, but she's thinking what
Right,
what
that's it.
this snooty lady would like. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like that. Like Pride and
uh,
Prejudice definitely was the kind of book I was
All the
thinking.
Bronte books and stuff were written in the time of the Regency. That's why Regency Cthulhu is popular because people like those books.
Okay.
I'm blanking on names.
Yes. So I would be willing to bet that she has some book like that that she reads over and over again, and it sits on her nightstand, and it's
I,
because of its romance themes.
I would
I guess.
think with how the page was pressed, it doesn't open that book nightly.
All of this, of course, is speculation and nothing more.
Yes.
If the page is pressed inside a book, it could be literally any book in her home and any page.
Right.
Hutton,
Did I get this?
Well,
Did I get the sense that she went to her room?
yes, you did.
Okay.
Because you were in the dining room, there's a hallway. Unless she went to the kitchen, which she could have, but her room's back there too, and you assumed when she went back there that she probably went to her room. Because the kitchen has a door onto the hall and a door onto the dining room. Her room has a door onto the hall, and then there's the back door to the house at the end of the hall back there. And her room and the dining and the kitchen are the only rooms in that area. You assumed from where the sound of the door closing came from that she went to her room as well. Because she went back,
Okay.
opened and closed the door. She was gone for like 5 minutes. And then she finally came back. You heard the door open and close again. It didn't seem to you like it was the kitchen door. It seemed to you like it was her
trap
bedroom
door
door.
under the floorboard.
If it took that
Something
long, it
crazy
wasn't
like
sitting on
that,
a stand.
Okay.
Shelf.
Andy, I've been staying at her house for a while now.
Sort of, yes. But you've had plenty of meals there and you've been around the parlor and the dining room. Probably even in the kitchen. You
What
walked by her
tends to
bedroom
be-
that one night
Yeah.
and you could see into the room. Briefly.
What does her like daily habits tend to be? Like, does she leave the property?
Yes, occasionally she goes out for various things. You do know there are certain meetings that she goes to, especially the local temperance league meetings.
In church.
2 or 3 times a week, definitely church. Every week she's always at church. She probably she occasionally does some shopping with the little maid. Um, um, that's a weekly thing. Actually, that's pretty tight on her schedule as
Okay.
every week. Let's see.
And
Oh,
today's
we'll do a
Sunday.
D6. We'll do a D6. Hold on. She goes on Tuesday shopping. That's when she just every Tuesday she goes shopping.
Okay.
She
Anything
goes right
before
after
that?
lunch, right around 1 o'clock. She goes from 1 to 2. She takes the girl that works there to help her to carry everything. Goes downtown to the general store, gets groceries and stuff because she feeds everybody in the house twice a day. Um, Occasionally, she also goes on Saturday. So Tuesday for sure every week. Every other Saturday she probably goes to for
Okay.
Tuesdays and Saturdays are for fresh food, and then just Saturdays every other week is also for like flour and and dry items, dry goods, and that kind of thing. So you know that
Nothing
for
on
sure.
Monday.
Sean, make me luck check. There's definitely nothing on Sunday but church, because that is a day of rest, and you made
That
it.
is 2 out of 90.
So most, oh God, I forgot your fucking luck is 90. So most
Beautiful.
Mondays, actually, you do know she goes to every single council meeting. There is a council meeting this Monday at 7 p.m. Those meetings last usually about an hour, sometimes 2 hours, depending upon what's being covered. And um, yeah, Cunningham usually covers those meetings himself
Okay.
because he finds that important enough for him to do that. And he also wants to be on the know. And you do know there is a council meeting this Monday, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, at the church,
Okay.
which is on the other side of town from her house.
So here is my thoughts.
I
We
gotta write all this
could,
shit down.
if we could, uh, go into her room when she is gone. We could maybe find it and just take it. But now that I have told her I would like to have it, if she noticed, I am to blame.
Unless,
Right.
of course, you also attended the council meeting.
What do you want to do with it, though?
I did not tell her what I planned to do with it.
What? And I am asking you then, what are you wanting to do with it?
Use
If
it
you
for
want-
a spell.
If you want to burn it, I suggest burning it then right away, so there is no evidence that you have
Or putting it back when we're done if it doesn't just burn up automatically. Which it could, I don't know.
I believe our only options now are to use it and destroy him.
That's what you guys have been talking about.
I know.
Even Eldridge said to Ada that she needs her help killing this wizard when they bring him through.
Yes.
Still don't like the idea of them bringing them through, so I was trying to suggest
Honestly,
them burning it. So
That's fine.
Also,
That has
how
kind of
big of a crime is it to steal a piece of paper
not very
from
big.
someone?
Well,
I mean, what are the
breaking and
consequences
entering
for that?
could get you in trouble. Trespassing, but it's not like it's going to be like you're not stealing $5,000 or whatever. It's not a major felony.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
if
you
there's
could get.
no evidence, it's hearsay, right?
Yeah, no, she can make an accusation, but she better have some kind of proof. And of
Right.
course, as
And
Shaeder has said,
so-
if Hutton's at the meeting, the one she suspects is Hutton. If he's there while she's there, it's kind of
Right.
hard for her to accuse him of stealing something from her house. Especially if he hangs out after the meeting and has lots of witnesses, and maybe even goes back to the fucking newspaper office with
Absolutely.
Cunningham, who's probably going to sit down and write up the story that night. And no, you know he does that, Sean.
Yeah.
Cunningham writes the story up that very night. At least he longhands it so that then he can have it in front of him to then put to press
Typeset.
by Thursday.
Yeah.
And you have a key to the house, right?
He does
I
not.
have a key to my private.
The house is not usually locked until after dark.
I lean in hushed tones. I'm making sure I say in hushed tones.
Mhm.
He may not need a key.
There's almost nobody in the place on Sunday.
Okay.
Not
so
Sunday early
regardless,
afternoon. Not at this time of day. It's pretty empty.
I'm still being
No. That's fine.
cautious.
That's fine. I don't blame
Yeah.
you at all.
That this
Weren't
is-
we talking
this
about
seems-
Monday though? The
Yeah, Monday,
7.
You were sitting and
Monday,
talking on Sunday.
Oh,
Right.
Nobody's in the
oh.
saloon, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see.
Well, unless anyone has a better option, then this, I think, is the plan, is the best plan to acquire the thing.
Yes, I agree.
We should have done this from the start.
Who's going in, Fernando? Oh,
Shall we all go? Or...
I pretty much already volunteered myself to go.
he did volunteer
So-
himself earlier. Like, well, if I can
How
help.
many people do we need for this operation?
Fernando, your
Perhaps
best
more-
idea is
More
one.
than 2 eyes?
Just
What is it?
one person.
I can just go in.
I'm just thinking about the rolls you might need to make and having two eyes and to find things or whatever.
If there's anyone else, I could see you being there, Isabella, but just stay in the parlor.
Okay, why would she be there? That's not a good idea, actually. If anybody sees her in the
Say-
house, why is she even there? Oh, my shit's been
The-
stolen, and Miss Isabella was
the-
in the parlor.
Right, I know. Yeah.
That's-
Unless I can come
I'm
up
just-
with an excuse.
You've done some illegal things, Fernando. So I'm throwing out some ideas
Yes.
for you.
Yeah. It would be best if I just do it alone.
All right,
That way, no
That
one
sounds
else is
good.
implicated.
fair enough.
And I don't live in town anyway. And I kind of come and go as I please as well.
And we could always go on the run, I suppose, after this is all over.
Bandits. Everybody's bandits now.
Outlaws.
I should have made it be
Fernando,
an
you
outlaw from
could
the very
use someone to be a lookout. They wouldn't
That's-
go in the
that's
house.
what-
They'd be outside somewhere. And that's up to you if you want
Okay.
somebody or not. You know what I mean? Like,
So,
somebody out back, somebody out front even. There could be two lookouts. Nowhere near the house, just keeping an eye out.
yeah.
Remember, you were a
Okay,
lookout that last time. Remember?
Yeah. So, yeah, if Isabella wants to wait outside, like she's waiting for the widow for whatever reason, maybe you can think of a
Yeah.
good reason.
Sure. What is the outside of the house? There's probably a porch or like what's out there.
The Widow Wilkes. The Widow
Yeah.
Danforth boarding house is number 51 on the map. It's on the left side of the map. There are some houses right across the street. There's a little building towards the back.
yeah.
That's Mr. Hutton's house. You all know about that. There is a house right next door. It's a long house from front to back. And there's a
What
cliff
number?
face, number 51. It's on the left side of the page. Across the street from 43. 43. 43, not sure who lives there exactly. None of you have met those people yet. It's probably on your list as the Campbell house. Number 3 has not been marked as owning as anybody yet. We haven't explored that house yet. 44, I believe, is Jenkins. No, it's not. Oh, 44 is Minister Costigan's house, the Methodist minister here in town, which is 1.5 over. There's a house in between, a smaller, taller house in between. And that one's not marked.
Kind of on a main road.
Yes, it is. It's
Basically.
on the main road into town. From 7 to
What
8 or
reason
7
would
to
I have?
9 will still be light, although there is quite a bit of shadow thrown from the high ground that is just to the west of that. So it's dim but not dark. And today is a very nice day, very windy day. But who knows? Maybe it'll rain tomorrow.
So, if someone wants to stay on one side of the house, I suggest maybe Isabella, if like you're waiting for the widow Danforth, and maybe Alonzo, you could be waiting for Mr. Hutton or something at the back of the house. But other than that, I am the only one that really needs to go in.
It does sound a little obvious though,
It is.
especially if we're both there.
It's very obvious. If you guys are
Yeah.
waiting
I don't
for
know. I'm
people.
not sure what reason I would
That-
have to.
Lookouts should
be
try to
there
stay out of
by the
sight,
front.
Fernando. You know that. Lookouts should be out of sight if they can be.
Right.
There.
And say that's if you want to be there. If not, all the better.
Is it just grass? Is the green just grass there,
Yes.
or the trees?
Yeah,
or...
remember this used to be swamp that they recovered pretty much. There's not a lot of trees. There's trees up on the bluff up there. There's not a whole lot of trees in town. And there's definitely none around.
Nowhere to hide.
Huh?
Nowhere to hide, really.
There's not a lot of places to hide around here. Aside from like,
Okay.
under Hutton's house. Because it's up off the ground. A couple feet. About 3 feet off the ground. It's up on like bricks, so it's not like just on the ground. Um, there is space under there. There's no trellis or anything, but it's less obvious than any place else around there. And you guys, I don't know if you've all been here, but Hutton's described his house. You've walked by, you've noticed it
I've
at
been
some
there.
point. You have been there, okay? So you know
I
exactly what
dropped
Hutton's
off
house
a
looks
book,
like.
I think.
Hutton's got a small house with windows in three walls and a door. In the door wall faces the widow Danforth's house, and it's pretty plain. It's not huge.
Do they serve dinner, or do they not serve dinner?
They do 6 p.m.
6 p.m. What happens to the cook after dinner is served, or after
She
dinner is over?
she cleans up. She does dishes, and then she goes home for the night. She's usually out of there, Hutton, by about 7.
Okay.
The doors aren't locked in the house. The doors will probably not be locked until Widow Danforth comes back from the meeting, is your guess. Front and back door.
Okay.
So after 7 to arrive would maybe be ideal. After she leaves for the thing.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
she eats a fairly quick dinner and is out of the house by 6:30. Hutton on
Okay.
Mondays when she goes to the council meeting.
Okay.
Because you've been living there for months, so
Yeah.
you know the ins and outs of the place pretty much.
Should I
So-
go be a lookout or no?
No, like you said, that would be suspicious. So
Yeah.
just go about your normal day.
Okay.
I will take care of things.
That's the look it gives you.
All right. All right,
Okay.
Fernando.
Is there anything anybody
Well,
else
we're
wants?
all counting on you.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do on Sunday or Monday? Shall we jump to 7 p.m. on Monday or whatever time
Oh.
Fernando?
No, say I wanted maybe hide under Hutton's. I wanted to position myself sometime whenever they were gonna about to eat or something, or I don't know whether it's.
Can we jump ahead? Is
I-
what
I-
I'm saying. To
I do want to.
to the
I
crime.
do want to kind of case the place a day ahead of time. Just get a lay of see what kind of windows are in the back, like how I'm going to enter.
Yeah. Yeah, you can walk or wander around the place. You can go visit Hutton. Hey, how's it going? We're just gonna hang out and chat. I hear you getting kicked out. I'm gonna check this place. Maybe I'll move in. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Right.
And yeah, there's a bunch of windows. Most of them are open. They have mosquito netting. There are windows in the back. You don't think Widow Danforth ever closes her window, so it's probably open while she's gone. You don't even know
Yeah,
if she
and there's-
locks. You don't think.
There's no such thing as screens
No,
or
there's no
whatever. That's
screens
just
on any.
okay,
They've
yeah.
got some people have got like
mosquito
netting.
netting.
over the windows, or maybe over their beds, or maybe both.
Okay.
So yeah, it would not be hard to climb in that window. The house is fairly low to the ground, um, and all the windows are open upstairs. I mean, everywhere. It's so hot.
This seems too easy.
Nah, shut up.
Not everything is really hard,
Just
especially
saying.
it's a
Too
small
good to be
town.
true.
Most people don't lock their doors.
Yeah.
Hutton, you
You're
don't.
forgetting you're forgetting what the dice can do.
The dice can do terrible things.
That's true.
So yeah, you case the place
I don't know
out.
how-
It does
how
look
hard we tried it.
it does look pretty easy to you. Maybe she might not even lock her front and back doors, or she might just do that as a matter of making people knock if they're coming in late, so she can dress them down. You wouldn't be surprised if
Right.
that was a situation. She locks the front and back door, but it looks like if you case the place out over Sunday and Sunday night and kind of just wander that way, all the windows are still open that night after dark.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And the wind has gotten stronger. It looks like it's blowing up to be some kind of storm. The lightning storm from the night before did come in. There was a thunderstorm over the town. I'm gonna say that Saturday night left things pretty wet. It looks like we're getting another storm coming in on. The weather just seems to be getting worse, so you might have some pretty bad weather. You should have enough light, even if it's very cloudy, in that room. It looks like there's a big window. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If I may add, just because it could help cover up if you leave barefoot tracks, they might assume it's Adam.
I look down at my feet.
He has delicate feet.
Delicate.
Well, I think I'm smaller than everyone else here.
What is your size?
I think
What number?
45.
Yeah, okay. You don't think his feet are going to be mistaken for Adam's if they can
Okay.
find
Like,
tracks?
yeah.
No, he's much probably. It's got a. You look at his feet and they're much smaller than supposedly Adam's
Like
feet.
half the size or something what Adams might be.
You're
don't-
way smaller than me, even.
He's a little guy. He's
My
fast.
size
I'm-
is 60.
Okay,
I'm a
so
little Hispanic guy. Come on.
He's Rey Mysterio.
I'm surprised.
so Monday night, just basically, we're not gonna role play every second of this out. But what time do you? How and what time do you want to try to enter the house?
I want to wait. Well, definitely, I want to wait till the cook is gone.
Okay, yeah, she leaves.
So the
just
cook is.
she leaves right around 7, a little before.
I just
you
want to
did
make sure
see.
no one's in the kitchen or whatever doing anything.
Oh yeah, you peek in the kitchen. Nobody's there. It looks all spick and span cleaned. You could peek in Widow Danforth's window. Nobody's in there. The door is closed to her room. You can see the door that leads to the hallway. It's on the right side as you look in the window.
I mean,
the windows
if that's
are
the case,
open.
he'll just hop. He'll just hop in the window.
Okay, I'm not going
if
to
that's
make
the
you
case.
make a roll to climb in the window. You climb in. It's dim in there. There's a bed. It's kind of like
Say,
it's kind of like a double
I do
bed.
have a 90. I do have a 90 dexterity though too.
Yeah,
So if you want to make me do anything,
no.
I know. I'm just
I
saying.
can make you do a climb check. I'm not going. It's got kind of a double bed with a very tall headboard.
Canopy.
No,
Okay,
it's a
okay.
headboard, and there is a
Yeah.
canopy of mosquito netting over it. A lot of people hang
Okay.
from the ceilings, but she's just hanged it over the headboard and the footboard, and it's going over the side. So it's tall. The headboard's pretty tall.
I gotcha.
On the wall, the thing you notice on the wall next to by the door, or it's on the other side of the window actually, is a picture. It's a daguerreotype of yeah, so it's on your left as you climb in the window. But obviously, if the door was open, you'd easily be able to see it if you peeked in the room.
Okay.
It's a tintype of
Okay.
Wilkes. Is your guess? You never saw him.
Say because I never
Yes,
saw him.
yes,
so.
you've seen. Hutton drew some pictures.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's definitely was. He's got flyaway hair, and he looks real gruff. So someone took his photograph. There is a piece of black ribbon across
Yeah.
it. There's a wardrobe in the room. There's a dresser. There's one nightstand. There's the bed. There is a Bible on the nightstand. Called it. Yeah. So that's that's
yeah.
it in the room. You peek under the bed. There's nothing under the
No.
bed.
If I see the Bible right away, first thing I'm
Okay.
doing is I'm just gonna flip through the Bible.
Nothing's in the. There are some ribbons in the Bible, but that's all.
Okay, but
Like
no
marking certain things.
newsprint. No newsprint.
No. It looks like there is a there's some certificates in there. There's no newsprint though.
Okay.
There's
so
like a little
I
family
say,
tree, and there's a couple legal
Gotcha.
documents in there, birth certificates and stuff.
So next place would be the nightstand drawer.
Yes. This and that, gewgaws. It's like a junk drawer almost, but nothing no newsprint.
Okay. There's not like say at this point he's looking for a book essentially.
No books in the
So-
drawer. It looks like she
All right,
uses this
so-
for her certain night things and that kind of stuff. There's a cabinet under that has some clothing and stuff like that. Nothing that
Under
looks,
the mattress.
you
Is
lift up
there-
the mattress. Nothing.
Okay.
You have a wardrobe. You have a dresser that's also got a mirror on it. So it's like almost a vanity. It's got 2 small drawers towards the top and 3 main drawers. And then there's the
Behind-
wardrobe.
Behind the mirror.
Behind the mirror. You look
Can I check the-
nothing behind the mirror.
Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll check the wardrobe real quick.
Clothing, several dresses, very high necked, all black. She always wears black. You notice that. Um,
Um,
Nothing in the pockets. Well, there's no pockets. These
yeah.
women's dresses.
I'm trying to think.
Um,
Like I said, something that would be
Hat
breastfeeding
boxes.
for
There's
me.
some hat boxes in there. I don't know if you want to search those.
Yeah, yeah. At this
Uh,
point,
just hats.
okay.
All that stuff is the
Uh,
dresser.
all right. Well, check the dresser.
Clothing, underclothing, undergarments. So
Ooh.
the
Oh
bottom
no.
one is full of the bottom drawer is full of shoes. About 4 pairs of shoes are in there. Some of them look like she hasn't worn them in a long time. They look like they're in really bad shape, like she didn't throw them away for some reason. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah.
There's 2 small drawers on the top, and those are filled. There's some money in one of those and some jewelry. The other small drawer has kind of it's again knickknacks, mementos. No sign of newsprint anywhere in there. And then there's some perfumes, not really perfumes, but various medicinals are on in the middle, and there's a what do you call it, a bowl and a pitcher, and the pitcher's full of water. Give me an intelligence check.
That's going to be a success, I believe.
Okay,
Yes.
you're getting desperate.
It's,
You start checking.
it's just a regular
Okay.
success.
You start checking under the drawers. You pull the drawers out. There's a slot. Nothing in there. You look under the drawers. Nothing there. You check all the drawers. You look underneath all the hat boxes because maybe she's got it underneath something. The drawer in the nightstand. Nothing. Where the hell could it be?
Behind the headboards?
You check
Like
behind the
behind the
headboard.
headboard?
The headboard's pretty close to the wall, but there's nothing back there.
Okay. Like pillow?
Nothing in the pillow. If you think if it was in the pillow, it would have gotten crumpled. He said it was
Well,
pressed perfectly flat. Remember?
so I'm going to take the pic. I want to take the picture of Wilkes then off the wall
Okay.
at this point.
Yeah, it's got a wooden
And
back. That
so I'm gonna take the back off of it then.
bingo.
Yeah.
There it is. It was
All
tucked
right.
inside behind the tintype. Is a piece of newspaper falls out.
So and I'm gonna put the back on and whatever, move the tabs.
Okay,
to
make a
keep the
listen
back
check.
in place. Ooh. No, that's a fail.
That's a fail. Okay, you're putting the thing back. You get it back up on the wall, and you hear at her door. You tell me, okay, you freeze.
I just freeze essentially.
Mrs. Danforth, are you there?
I'm gonna quietly grab the paper off the floor.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And,
You got it.
and try to quietly edge my way towards the window.
Give me a stealth. There are a few coins out here.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
That's a fail. I'm taking my time. I'm going slow.
You're trying to push?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going real slow. Push it.
Oh,
Make a roll.
no, that's even
You
worse.
failed?
Yep.
Make another listen check. You make a listen check.
No, that's a fail.
Okay.
Yep.
There's no more knocking. You hear a door somewhere, but you don't know where. It's somewhere.
All right.
It's somewhere outside. It's somewhere not too outside. Could be the dining room. It could be the kitchen.
All
It
right.
could be the dining room. It could be the back door.
I'm gonna go right next to the side of the window. I just want to put my back up against the wall next to the window.
Yeah. You hear somebody is outside the window. And they kind of they're small, they're short, so they're having difficulty like getting like in the window. You do see a hat. It's a woman's hat. And whoever it is, someone is trying to peek into the room, you think. Give me another stealth. Let's see how well you hide yourself against the wall.
That is much better.
Okay.
That is a regular success.
Okay. So you're back in the corner where the door, if somebody opens a door, it'll open and you'll be behind it. You went to the right side, the opposite side. Didn't you?
Whichever way I needed to be.
Okay, yeah.
I just said I went to the side.
Okay,
So,
so I'm going to say the right side. It is a woman. She peeks in, and she's kind of looking in the room, and she looks a little confused, and she seems to think about it. And then she disappears from the window, and you hear a door again. And then the door in front of you opens, like you're behind it.
okay.
And it kind of opens like halfway. And somebody comes into Widow Danforth's room. And she kind of looks around, does not look behind the door. I don't think you recognize her. I don't think you've seen this lady before.
I'm really not, I say I'm not going to stick my head
Oh,
out
that's
or anything
true.
to even try to catch a peek.
Yeah.
So
You catch a peek when she kind of walks in the room. She goes around the bed to the right side of the bed, and she's looking around. She looks nervous, and you see her pull open the drawer, that top drawer, and she starts like looking through it. What do you want to do?
I'm going to stay just where I'm at. I don't want to try to make any sudden movements.
Okay.
Part of me wants to jump out the. Part of me really just wants to try to jump out the window, though.
You could try to stealth out the window. You could try to jump out the window. You could. I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do. Shoot her and run.
I'm definitely not shooting her and running. No, I want. Yeah, let's try to stealth out the window.
Give me a stealth check.
80 is a fail.
Okay. What are you wearing, by the way? You're not wearing your maraca suit, are you?
No. Just like my work clothes or whatever, everyday kind of clothes.
So you try to sneak as you sneak towards the window, you step on a board that goes really loudly, and she freezes. What do you want to do?
If she just freezes, I'm still heading towards the window.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna
jump this time.
Yeah. Let's jump through the window.
Yeah. Give me a jump check. Let's see how close.
Could I try to kick the door shut as I do it?
If you want.
We'll just try the jump. So what'd you say? Or is it
it's a jump?
Jump?
Yeah.
Yeah. And no one ever puts points in jump like I did. So yeah, that's a fail.
That's a fail. Okay. You head for the window, you jump out, you slam your knee into the sill, which catches you, and you instead of jumping, you end up dropping directly below the window, to crash to the ground.
Inside or outside?
You're outside. You went through. You were almost. You stealthed. You were almost to the window when you're just like fuck it and jumped, and you slammed your knee into the window or you slammed your knee into the
windowsill.
The sill, and you went instead of jumping out, you flop down onto the ground, crash to the ground below.
I got it. Yep.
Give me another listen check.
That is a success.
You hear footsteps. Footsteps cross the room above you now as you're trying to get to your feet.
Like to the door or to the window?
Hard to tell. She's going to have to go by the window to get to the door anyway. You do hear then a door slam, and said footsteps retreat towards the front of the house. And you hear another door open and close and slam.
Well, I say, and that if I hear footsteps heading towards the front of the house, I'm heading away from those footsteps.
Okay,
I'm just hauling ass.
And you just haul ass and run away in the dim light. Okay, yeah. So, where do you want to go? Where's everybody else? Nobody's keeping watch. Hutton's at the meeting.
Yep.
Miss Eldridge and a Shaeder. Where did y'all want to, are you waiting somewhere for Alonzo to come back? Or,
Fernando?
How do you want to handle this? I'm sorry. Yes, Fernando. Sorry. I get those two names mixed up all the fucking time, unfortunately.
So, yeah, I'm just going to wait a little bit, or maybe I'll make my way, whatever, kind of out of town and maybe around to some kind of road and then just come in on whatever road.
So do you want to going out of town, the nearest way is to head north.
Let me look at that.
And then you can cross over maybe
and you said the Widow Danforth is 20.
She is 51.
51.
Yeah.
Um,
It's on the left side of the map.
Okay,
Towards
there
the
it
middle.
is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll just end up heading north and taking that road north of 3, and I'll take that curve around towards 4.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna have to. That's kind of a rich neighborhood. So yeah, that's where like the like
That's
Jeffrey
fine.
lives up there. They're big houses
Oh,
up there.
okay. That's fine. Whatever. I'm taking the long way around into town then at
So-
that point in time.
Okay. Okay.
So
Were you gonna meet the other two after
we-
the?
I mean, we always meet at
I'll
the
just
saloon.
head back.
We
Say
have a
I'll just
plan.
head back to the saloon. I figured.
Okay,
that's
yeah,
where
you can
we
meet
would
at the saloon if you want.
I guess
So
I'll
yeah.
just be riding or going or something.
It's about 8 o'clock when Fernando comes into the saloon. He's limping, and there's mud. Oh yeah, we got another bad thunderstorm. It was sorry. Let me retro something. It was raining, by the way, the entire time. You know what I mean?
Oh, if
It's
it was
raining
raining
tonight.
the entire time.
Now we're not gonna say it wasn't. It would be a bad
I
idea
said-
for you to
well-
go in there all wet. So
Okay.
Well, you said that
Well,
at
I
the
mean-
graveyard there was lightning,
no,
right?
that was 2 nights ago. That was Saturday night.
2
yeah,
nights ago.
but with lightning comes rain.
It's Monday
I mean,
night.
been
It's
a-
been 2 days.
It's
So
48 hours since that.
well, okay.
lightning.
There's a lightning storm. There's a lightning
Yes.
storm. It's raining. The wind has been blowing really hard. So you also brought a towel that you were wiping up wherever you dripped on the floor before you heard all this crap, before all this shit happened to you.
Okay.
But you can meet at the saloon. The lightning and the thunder and the rain will help cover your retreat too. It's.
I guess I didn't really. Is it going to matter whether the paper gets wet, or can I keep it dry? If I can
you
keep
can
it
keep
dry,
it
I'm
dry.
not
You
worried.
could have tucked it into
Okay.
an inside pocket of your
Okay.
jacket or whatever. So yeah,
I
he
mean,
shows
guess
up.
if I have to fold it again, I will. So
Well, it's already it never came unfolded. It was
I know,
it was
but I'm-
all folded up into like this little thing. It just when you pulled the back, it just kind of fell. It went whoop, 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 and fell to the ground.
yeah.
So you've got it in your pocket. You come to the saloon. There's a rainstorm. There's not a lot of people here. People go to the council meetings in town. Sean, I'll tell you what happens at the council meeting. It's really boring. It's terribly, horribly boring. You're glad Cunningham doesn't make you go and cover these things because
Yeah.
it's awful, awful boring. But yeah, so it's about 8 o'clock, 8:15 when Fernando comes in out of the weather.
Mhm.
So,
Well, the weather is a good excuse for me never to have left.
hmm it's pouring
yeah.
down rain. There's
Yeah.
lightning and thunder.
You know what? You know what's great? Not being outside in that.
Yes, it is actually pretty great.
You know what's even
So-
better? Not camping in that.
So anyway, Fernando has arrived. He sits down with you at the table. There's not a whole lot of people here.
Oh, Fernando. Oh my goodness, what happened?
Oh, that's
to
right.
you?
He's
Are
got
you okay?
mud. He's got mud all over his. Actually, most of it has washed away, but there is some mud,
Probably panting.
and he's limping.
Looked like you slipped
No,
and
he
fell in the
wasn't
mud.
running the whole time. He was
Oh,
just
okay.
like
Did this die?
didn't want to draw attention to himself, just taking a long way.
Still,
So
when you
he's
come
not-
in from out in the rain for a while, like there's
yeah.
a bit of like, ugh, you know,
Oh, he looks like he slipped and fell in the mud.
He does.
yeah.
When you fell out the window.
Because I kind of did.
Yeah.
Thus, my comment about you look like you slipped and fell in the mud.
And that's my
Really?
response for I kind of did. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Did anyone see you? Did you get it? What happened?
I got it. Someone may have noticed me. I did not recognize them, but they too were also snooping. So, and I had already had the paper at that point in time.
Who?
I describe her.
You did
He
not
said
get a very good look at her as a woman. Is basically all you can say with brown hair.
Okay. I thought you said I got a good look at her. At one
No,
point in
no,
time.
not a very
Okay.
good look at her.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't get a good look at her. I didn't want to. So I don't know whether she saw me, but she was snooping through her nightstand, and I was hiding behind the door. I made a break for the window, but a floorboard gave me away. and she turned to run, and which I went to jump out the window, banging my knee upon the sill. But I made it. But I made it out the window. She
Ah,
seemed to head towards the front of the building, and I took the long way around. Then
All right.
I wonder what she was looking for. What else could the widow have of interest?
I don't know. Well, can you think of anyone who might take any sort of opportunity other than ourselves when the widow Danforth is gone?
Mm, not particularly. Hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. Do I, Andy?
I just thought I remember you
Not if you
talking
can't
about
think of anybody.
someone who is a rather large how do you say gossip?
um,
Oh, what's her name?
Mrs.
Anyway, anyway,
LaRoe?
it does not matter. It does not matter.
I could see Miss or Mrs. whatever LaRoe.
Miss. Remember, she's
Miss
engaged.
LaRoe.
She won't get married.
Oh yeah.
He
Okay.
won't marry her till he's saved up enough money.
All right. I could
You're
see
certain
Miss
this wasn't just
LaRoe
a common burglar?
snooping. She's she's
so
curious.
yeah, maybe it was her. Someone else who likes to take opportunities.
What the hell is her
Hmm.
name?
Probably local, but maybe a burglar.
I think it was someone just snooping.
Maybe someone just curious or looking for valuables. Maybe.
There were some
No,
valuables in
no,
there. You think, Fernando? There was
no,
some
they did
jewelry.
not head to the right place where her valuables was at.
That's
I
true.
know where
Maybe
those
they
were
don't
at.
know her very well.
Maybe, maybe the sound of me scared them away from taking her valuables. To which I guess I did her a favor then.
Ah,
Inadvertently.
it would be nice to know who that was because they might be able to identify you.
Well,
Hmm.
either way, we would implicate one another knowing one another.
Right.
So let's not worry about it and leave it at that.
Okay.
That's a good point. The woman
But
couldn't
got the
place
paper?
you there without incriminating herself.
Correct.
Yeah. More importantly, the paper. Yes.
I'll pull the paper out then at that point then.
Yeah, it's
As far
flattened.
as far as anyone else knows, we're just have a paper.
Priscilla
Does it
LaRoe is her name.
Priscilla
Oh, yeah.
Lowbrook.
Priscilla.
So then once
I had to look it up.
once
So
Mr.
we all
Hutton
look
is
at it.
returned, we move on to doing the next thing.
And Hutton, here's the council meeting. I'm just going to summarize it for you.
I'm gonna go to the
Council.
bathroom real quick.
Okay, here's from Eugene Huddle, project head about the Salt Marsh Waterworks. Work proceeds on the new reservoir with laborers from both Salt Marsh Borough and Seaton working on it. The work should be done in a month or so. Pipe is still being laid from the area to town so that it can be then placed. So the water can then be shipped to the water tower. The water tower also continues construction. It's coming along nicely. It should be done close to the time the reservoir is ready. Once both are complete, oh, pardon me. Ooh, that one came out of nowhere. Lines are planned for the town, first to public fountains, then to businesses, and finally to all the houses in the village. Project expected to take 1 to 2 years to complete. Discussion of the mosquito sickness is led by Dr. Isaac Davis, who once again goes over the symptoms: lethargy, anemia, and a rash that covers the body, which looks like mosquito bites all over. He theorizes that it's spread by touch or possibly saliva. Any questions about it being spread by mosquitoes is are quickly dismissed unless the sickness is carried by sweat, in which case Dr. Davis admits it might be spread when a mosquito lands on a sick, sweaty person and the lights on another. Mortar Jeffrey proposes purchasing a steam engine with pumps to fill the water tower each night. He also proposes the town needs a fire department, fire chief, and an engine and fire and pump to keep another disaster like the burning down of the jailhouse that occurred April 20th. The floor is open to citizens who want to talk. Widow Danforth, she talks, from your understanding, every single council meeting. She notes there's too much drinking in the town and says the soldier sent to Saltmarsh has been rumored to be smoking opium right in the saloon. It's disgraceful. A few citizens expressed dissatisfaction with how the town and Dr. Davis are handling the mosquito sickness. Council then goes to executive session for about a half an hour for resuming open session, but no other action occurs. So this whole thing takes about an hour and a half. It's pretty dull, and basically it's just covering boring ass town business. Um, Cunningham afterwards talks to you, and if you escort him back to
Yeah.
the newspaper, and then the two of you can kind of confer, and he'll write it up and hand it to you, let you edit it, and let you see if there's anything you wanted to add. You hand it back to him, he'll edit it again, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
you're probably there till about 9, or
Okay.
probably there till about 9:30, 10. But you can go anytime you want.
All right.
9:30.
Yeah.
It takes you all
yeah.
about an hour to write it up and then edit it a couple times. Just simple edits, marking it, and then you're free to go.
Okay. Yeah. I'd probably leave around like 9:30.
Okay. So, did y'all want to wait for Hutton to come back? So yeah, you're waiting for Hutton to come back. What do we do now?
Yeah.
So it's Hutton's baby. So Hutton shows up around 9:30, or a little after.
Yeah.
A few more people are in the saloon now who have come here after the meeting. You have overheard some people talking about the widow Danforth complaining about drinking and smoking opium, blah 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 blah. That comes up within earshot of you three, and then Hutton arrives.
Okay.
Um,
And we've already looked at the paper. Like
Yeah,
it
you
was
could
like
have.
8:30
Say
when we
what?
looked at it. It was like 8:30 by the time we looked at the paper.
Yeah, you can pull it out and look at it.
Yeah.
It's partially finished. A lot of the stories are poorly written, as if it
Right.
was a rush job. Um, the first letter of each line is what Hutton has told you is the spell, and
Mhm.
every line has a first letter. You know what I mean? Like even lines that just have just one letter there for some reason. It looks like somebody was halfway through and for some reason put letters down lines on certain places. Um, yeah,
Okay. I feel like we don't need to look at it for that long when
probably
we
not.
first pull it out, and then we just maybe put it away
Sure.
so it's not
You just
seen,
take a quick
just in
look
case.
over it and then you fold it up and where is it going? Who's gonna tuck it away?
I mean, Fernando
Maybe-
had it, so
Fernando
Maybe
grabs.
we can retire to someone's room, and we can start copying down the letters on the lines.
Oh, you suggest that? The only one who has a room here is
Right.
Shaeder. Do you want to go to his room? I mean, what's the plan?
Is that okay, Alonzo? If we head to your room, are you muted? Yeah, you're muted.
oh yeah, you're muted.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, quite. I was sorry. I was actually eating some almonds,
Ooh,
That's
so I
fine.
thought I would, not. They are good, but I thought I would not be chewing them on the microphone.
Okay, so you retreat to
For obvious
Alonzo's room. It takes about a half an hour. If all you're doing is just like jotting down the letters.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do.
Okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
You can get a piece of paper and you can write the whole thing out. It's just a bunch of letters. It doesn't make any sense to you. It's not a language you've ever heard before. It's not.
No,
Latin.
that's fine though.
Yeah.
Will an occult roll?
Can
Have
help?
another
Can I
copy?
go? Can I go return the paper then? Like at this point, do you
well,
Half
think
an
I have
hour.
time to
You're gonna return to the scene of the crime, Alonzo. I mean,
No,
goddamn,
Fernando.
Fernando? No,
No,
I probably
not
shouldn't.
yet.
But part of me, I'm asking, is there a chance I might have time?
maybe
If there's no chance,
it's about 8:30.
Yeah,
You don't know how long the meeting's
It's
gonna
about
last.
it's about 8:30. So no, I don't think.
Because
I
wait,
have
hold
time.
on.
That's all I need to know.
What time did I say?
They may-
I said it was about an hour. It's about 8 o'clock when Fernando came back, right?
Mhm.
Is that what I said earlier? Or did I
Yeah.
say 8:30?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
It's
mentioned
a
8:30 at some
long
point.
road.
Right.
Yeah.
You said
I've been throwing around times. We're gonna say you didn't
Don't-
get back
don't-
till 8:30. Fernando, you don't think you have time. Even
Don't
if the
worry
meeting
about
goes 2 hours, she'll be back by
Right.
9:15.
Yeah.
You probably
And
and
if you mention that out loud, I'll tell you.
it's probably about 9 o'clock
Just
before you guys.
wait.
I'll figure it out for sure in the role playing journal. You're not confident. It's
Right.
in
I don't. Yes, and I don't feel like I have.
No,
I don't
not
feel like
not
I
right
have
this
enough
moment.
time.
You do know her other schedules. There might be another time to tuck it away if you want. You know,
I'll
on
think about
Tuesdays
it.
she goes shopping from
Right.
like 1 to 2. that kind of thing.
The important part here is that we've copied down the first letter of each line.
You've copied it down.
Mm-hmm.
You've checked with
Yeah.
each other. Somebody's looking it over. My assumption is first you write it out, then somebody goes down each line and says the letter while somebody follows along to make sure you got the right letters. But
Yep.
yeah, you've got it. And when you
Well,
go back
I was gonna
downstairs, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask Fernando if he said that out loud that he was thinking of returning it.
That's a good
Did
question.
you say that to us?
Did you mention that, or are you just thinking about it?
I probably said something out loud, like he was maybe to himself, like he was like, do I have time? And then he was thinking about it. No, probably not.
Yeah. Whenever he says that, I'm going to say, no, I don't think you should return it tonight, at least. I think we should wait for Hutton to get back. And I also wonder if there might be a small chance we need the original paper for the spell, perhaps. So we might want to keep it just in case until we complete the spell.
What I was thinking. Will an
I
occult
just-
roll help here?
No.
I just figured
this is beyond an
I just
occult
figured
roll.
it was best if I could leave us, not leave any sort of evidence missing whatever he would say.
I understand that,
right.
but I think since you already went to the effort, just in case there is a chance we need the original, I think we should just keep it until we finish the spell and then return it or burn it or whatever. I don't think it matters that much that it's missing from her
Well, let's
house.
see what Mr. Hutton
It's not a
too.
massive crime, really. So.
Okay, you guys go back down. Hutton, you went to the saloon. It's probably not long after you're there when you see your three companions come down from upstairs. And then the four of you, where do you want to confer? Do you want to do it here in this room or somewhere else?
I can go back
I'll
upstairs.
just give Hutton a look and nod or whatever at first if he looks over at us.
He sees you. He'll see you come down the stairs.
Just be like, and then we'll go over and sit down at the table or whatever.
Okay, well,
Either way.
all right, you're doing it right here. Okay, yeah. There are more
Yeah.
people in here. People come to the council meeting. There's a few counselors that you recognize from town there having beers and probably having some discussions. They shouldn't be. But
So
I'm a
how was
little
the council?
unsure.
say
How was
what?
the council
About-
meeting? Okay, whatever.
What did you say, Josie? Hold on a second, Aaron.
I'm just
Yeah.
a little unsure about if we're gonna pull the paper out again and talk about it.
Who has
doing
it?
it in the saloon right now?
Does Fernando? Fernando still has it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
maybe
Do
I'll
you want to
just
go
whisper to
someplace
him.
private,
Don't pull
or
it out yet.
do you want to go someplace private? You want to sit down in the saloon and discuss this?
I'm not really planning on discussing anything openly. So, but I can be discreet. I don't know about anybody else.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So you're just sitting down here in the saloon. Okay, I just need to know
right.
this.
So
And then you're like, "How's the council meeting?" You say that to
Yep.
Mr. Hutton.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was informative.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Glad to know that.
what were you informed of? Anything interesting?
No. It was.
I
it was
see.
Actually, quite tedious to sit through such a boring situation.
Oh.
I imagine it would be.
Well, it perhaps please you to know that the errand was taken care of.
Success.
And here, I
feel
believe,
like
is a
we should
note.
discuss that
for you.
elsewhere.
Lieutenant Shaeder slides you a piece of paper with letters. No spacing, just letters written in a long line. Now, Hutton, you were starting to pick out the pattern before
Yeah.
with your Cthulhu Mythos, successful Cthulhu Mythos check, and you still can do that.
Okay.
You're seeing where the breaks should be. You're seeing where the words are formed, and you're not sure how or why. That just the words feel correct
Okay.
to you. And you believe if you chant these words, it will cast the spell that Wilkes wanted you to cast.
Yeah.
It's almost intuitive.
Okay.
It's kind of creeping you out, but it's not so much that you need a sanity check. Um, your low sanity right now anyway is helping you to understand the mythos so much better.
Yay.
Yay! So yeah.
Always look on the bright side.
So you can break these up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like do those little, like you did before with your own notes, if you wish.
Yeah.
To turn these into actual words.
I
You grab a
appreciate
pencil.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
I appreciate it. I will handle this later.
Of course.
Okay.
As in, I make sure he takes the paper.
Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah,
is
And I'm gonna
He's got
tuck
it.
it
He's got
into-
your
this is a
notes.
note
inside my
for you.
jacket.
The original, or
The one you guys wrote out.
No.
Hutton has that
Okay.
now. He's folded it up. He's sticks in his pocket. It's written in pencil. Ink
so
could
Fernando
smear.
has the original.
Yes,
Yes.
you saw Hernando take the original. He's tucked that into his jacket pocket.
Wait, Fernando has the paper. Hutton has the spell.
Yes, that's the best way to put it. That's exactly correct. So, yeah. So, anything else you guys want to do tonight? Let's go over to the news.
When
Let's-
I've got some
let's go crazy.
privacy, I'm going to do the separation and all that.
Okay, whenever you want. Like if you're still living at Widow Danforth's.
The widow, yeah.
She's advised that you should look for another place, but she's not been pressing it the last day.
She's not kicking you out
No.
right now.
You still are having meals with her. She seems a little uncomfortable around you,
Mm-hmm.
but she's not being rude. She's being very polite to you. More polite than usual. But she's not pushing the issue of get out,
Okay.
obviously, and you're still paying your rent and everything.
Yep.
So maybe she's not going to push the issue. You don't know. So do you want to go home that night and?
Yeah, I'll go home that night and do it.
So you go home that night and do it. The rest of you, I'm assuming, Alonzo ends up in a stupor of opium. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Does
I have
Alonzo
nothing more
wish?
important to do, so yes.
I'm sorry. Say again.
I have nothing more important to do, so yes.
No, it seems like you don't know why you're here. There's nothing to do here. Jimenez rides back that night, later than usual, probably to. It's probably about 11 o'clock before you get there. That's pretty late. It's dark. If you wanted, you could
But
have.
I figure if there's times that I spend longer at the saloon,
do
or
you
maybe
want-
there's times.
Do you want to go back
There's-
during a thunderstorm?
No,
It's pouring
oh,
rain. Or do you want to get
Probably
a?
gonna
I mean-
love, huh?
Or do you want to get a room at the saloon? Maybe go by Miss Trudy's.
Yeah, I suppose we could.
I don't think he'll be
Well,
in your
kind of
room at Miss
fun
Trudy's. If he
together
goes to
to-
Miss Trudy's, I think he'll be in somebody else's room.
No, I wouldn't invite him to my room. I would just, if he's planning on going there and that's where I live, we could go there together.
You might not
But,
think
like,
of
run
Fernando the
because it's
same.
raining.
Oh no.
I don't know. What do you
No,
want to do, Fernando?
No, I mean, if the innkeeper's okay with me hanging out at the tap room right now, maybe not getting a room.
You're just gonna try to
um,
stay in the tap room all night? How
Yeah,
cheap
maybe.
are you,
I-
dude? You
Where
got
are you gonna
$300. You're good to go.
True, that's true.
Plus an income.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, if you don't want to go home during a lightning storm, you
Yeah.
could probably rent
Yeah,
a
no,
room for the night. It's not even going to cut into your money
Yeah.
because it's in your daily
That's true.
expenses. So you can
Yeah.
stay the
If
night.
you had a
It's not
car,
big deal.
you might be fine, but
Well,
on a horse?
okay, so everybody goes to
Yeah.
rooms, goes to sleep, that kind of thing. Everybody can make me a power check, or if, as a player, not a character, you want to fail this power check, you can do that.
I do want to fail it.
Do
Okay.
you know what it's for?
I
No,
don't
you
even
won't
care
know
what
what
it's
it's for
for.
until it happens.
I don't care what it's for. So
Well,
Do I have
I'll
to
roll
decide
and see
which
what I
one to
get.
roll?
You can roll to see what you get too. Yeah, if you can
Okay.
either make a power check, or you can say, "I'm not going to make the power check. Let whatever happens happens."
I failed.
Well,
oh,
I failed.
Okay,
So
wait, no,
So
no,
it
wait.
doesn't matter.
No, I think I want to make the power check though, don't I? Because I don't want to dream. Is what I'm thinking it is.
that's fine. You can make a roll.
All right.
How did Miss Eldridge do?
make
Did
a
she
roll.
succeed her power check?
Very
Everybody's
fail,
failing.
very bad
Okay.
fail.
Alonzo. Fernando?
I succeeded.
All right. So
Just barely.
Fernando, you're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. You have a nice night's sleep. Even though there's a thunderstorm outside. Maybe Fernando enjoys thunderstorms. He loves the flash of lightning. It helps ease him. Even the thunder is
No,
almost like...
I can tell you exactly what it is.
What
it's
is it?
It's the cool air.
Oh, there's cooler air, yeah.
And it technically it's the what is it? It's the ozone that comes down with the rain. The
Okay, yeah.
O3. It's a natural sedative.
Yeah. So, you doze off, and then the images of flowers for the other three of you fill your mind. And you're surprised to find yourself looking upon a field of soft grass and small yellow blooms. Looking around, you see each other. Miss Eldridge is there. Mr. Hutton is there. Lieutenant Shaeder is there. As you enjoy all of you look equally confused to see each other. As you enjoy the cool breeze that moves the grass in waves, you hear the laughter of a child. Turning, you see a pretty young girl sitting on a blanket in the field. You recognize her as Bridget Strong. She has long blonde hair, the curls tied back with a ribbon. She wears a soft blue dress, and upon her blanket is a child's tea set and several dolls. The girl looks up and sees you, and she smiles. "Would you like some tea?" she asks. She picks up the pot to pour, but a crimson fluid flows from it. The girl leaps back from the blanket, spilling the blood upon her dress. Suddenly, the entire scene disappears as you find yourself sitting in your bed, bathed in sweat. You look around quickly. The girl screams for help, still ringing in your ears. Everyone, please make me a sanity check. You haven't seen a dream that realistic since you were in the Dreamlands. Not you, Fernando.
I rolled
Success,
23. So.
1 point of sanity lost.
No.
Our crazy people are going crazy. Did you roll
How
another
much
critical
does a failure
fail?
get me?
Another what? Crit fail again?
No, not crit.
Oh, yeah, okay, a failure. So, Miss Eldridge is 3 points of sanity.
Oh, my lord.
That was Bridget Strong. That was fucking Bridget Strong. Mr. Hutton? Ooh, 4 points of sanity.
Okay, I just went from 6 to 2.
Okay. You're going to get you another indefinite. So another mania, phobia. More night terrors. Ooh, do you wake up screaming? You want night terrors again?
That's definitely going to get me kicked out.
No, remember she gave you this
That's
room
right, she put
because
me
you
this
had
room,
night terrors and nobody else would let you stay.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
don't have
night
to.
terrors
It could be
come
something
back.
totally different.
Let's do something different.
Yeah, you could have a
Let's just
phobia
really
of
mess 'em
blood
up.
or tea sets. I don't know. That seems a little too specific. Yeah. So that's
Phobia
the
of
dream
tea? I mean, tea is kind
that
of
each of
fun,
you
right?
has, and each of the other ones of you were in that dream. Fernando was not there. Interesting, because he died in the Dreamlands. Maybe this was happening in the Dreamlands. It really felt real. You felt cool. And even with the cool breeze and the ozone and all that stuff, it's still pretty muggy and hot. You know what I mean? Fernando, you were like, oh, I'm loving how the cool breeze. There was no cool breeze. It was still pretty bad. It's cooler comparatively, but it's still pretty hot. So Loren is down to 2.
And
Things are
Fernando's
looking
also
bad
used
for
to
us.
being down south too. It gets really hot, I bet, down there in
Oh, yeah. It gets very hot and humid.
Santo
in
Thomas.
Baja.
Or
Okay. Check.
yeah.
So we didn't talk to each other in the dream at all? Besides
No,
Bridget?
it happened very
Okay.
quickly. And
Okay.
if anybody wants to do anything when I'm narrating like that, yeah, break in and say something.
I
But
didn't think of anything.
you saw each other and you were confused, and then you heard the giggle and you look over and there is Bridget Strong once again with her tea set, and then things went horribly wrong.
Yeah. If it happened quickly, I wouldn't. I don't feel like I'd have.
I mean, there was a
time to-
lot of blood. Like, it was everywhere. You know what I mean? That's why you lost so much sanity. It was very
I think I would
disturbing.
just scream when that happened.
You probably did before you woke up, and you woke up with a start.
Maybe even waking up screaming a little.
Some of the girls come.
I don't know.
What? Are you okay? They're checking on you, that kind of thing. The girls who aren't working at that
Like
time.
hyperventilating. Um, and they just comfort me and everything,
Yeah,
and
they
I'm
do.
just like, oh,
They
oh
like
my
you.
god,
Everybody's
that's great.
yeah. It's like it's yeah.
Oh,
If it was a
question.
porno, it would turn into sex. You know that kind of thing. Girls in their
Certainly.
nightgowns and
Um,
stuff, comforting
honestly,
each
Miss
other.
Trudy's is the place for that
It
type of
is.
thing
It
to happen, I
definitely is.
guess.
Not all the girls are
Yeah.
up here either, so some of them are making some extra cash.
Well,
Anyway,
maybe it does. Who knows? We'll leave that a mystery.
yeah. So
But I was gonna ask, um, have people heard about Bridget yet?
hmm
Because I know she's dead, right? Because Alonzo told us on the way back,
yes,
Yeah.
the rumor has gone around. You're
so
guessing
people
you'll see
know.
an obituary in Thursday's paper, and probably an additional story, a newspaper story in Thursday's
Okay.
paper about her dying. Um,
I think I will tell. I'm just gonna take a little chance and actually tell the girls that come to comfort me about my dream and
yeah,
just narrate it to them.
they're very sympathetic. That sounds terrible. Poor Bridget Strong, bless her
Yeah.
little heart. Everybody in town
We
loved her.
commiserate
She
about
was the
her.
sweetest girl. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's a small town of a
Hmm.
thousand people. Almost everybody knows everybody else. And this tragic death of a child of 10 has struck a lot of people pretty hard. And the girls are very,
Yeah.
very sympathetic to you and empathetic.
Yeah. We all bond.
Somebody goes down, gets some water, you know, that kind of thing. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. So the rest of the night passes uneventfully. You eventually can get back to sleep, despite the thunderstorm, um, which continues through the next day. It's some bad weather right now for some reason. Kind of fitting. So, just generally, we're going to wrap up here in just a minute. But just generally, sometime during that day, you get together. The dream is brought up. The three of you had the same exact dream about Bridget Strong. Hutton has the paper that's broken up. Quite frankly, Hutton, you're not really feeling up to casting any kind of spells. You don't
No,
think
I'm.
you. So Hutton looks terrible after telling you about his dream. Pale, like looking around nervously, sweaty all the time. Hair is probably a mess. He probably didn't. He's in bad shape. He's in real
Yeah.
bad shape.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up quickly. It doesn't look like he's going to last much longer.
No,
What? Can't hear you.
he said that Lieutenant Shaeder said this needs to be wrapped up pretty quickly because he thinks Hutton's not going to last much longer. So are you considering like tonight, like Tuesday night?
To do the spell?
Well, somebody, not Hutton, doing the spell.
No.
Miss Isabella, you know it's racking on the mind to cast a spell.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely
we
she
have
feels
access
it.
to the newspaper office overnight if we want it.
Yeah.
You got
This is
permission
where
and a
you
key.
manifest. So
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems that if we're going to do this thing, this is how we do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. If Hutton can't be there, kind of odd because it's, his relative and everything.
He could be there.
I
He can't cast the spell.
can't cast the
If he
spell.
casts the spell, he might go
Okay.
mad. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, he
Fine.
will. He will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're at a
Okay.
meta level, you're
Yeah.
destined for zero sanity pretty much regardless.
Gunning down a man he
If
feels
any-
is gunning down a man he feels is evil and is intending to harm people. It's not going to cost anybody sanity for you guys to kill the wizard folks. You're all terrified of him and think he's a bad person. So I'm not going to
Cool.
there's no sanity checks. Now if you bring Ada in, that could be a problem for Hutton.
Can I bring that up? Like,
You bring it up.
you gonna bring Ada in?
Hutton starts like breathing
Um,
heavy and sweating even harder when you mention her.
That's all I'm saying
Well,
because
yeah.
that's what I thought was happening.
That was the plan. Now, yeah, wait, I forgot that we were going to do some
That's what
sort
Hutton
of
does.
potential
just
seance or
hit.
just spend the night at the newspaper office. I forgot about that part.
That's
Um,
where,
So,
if this magic spell brings his ghost back to flesh, that's the
right.
wedded lair.
Okay, what's supposed
In
to
that
happen?
place, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Hutton knows what's supposed to happen is he casts the spell, and what that does is open the gate. Wilkes casts a spell on the other side, and that allows him to come back through. That's the
And then,
basics of it.
and then he's a flesh and blood man.
Yes, that is what he told Hutton.
But then how do we get Ada? She said she could travel. So if we do it when people are sleeping, I guess I could cast the ghoul spell in the graveyard maybe right before
You
or
could,
something,
yeah.
and then take her to the newspaper office
You could do that.
so she can help us.
If Hutton sees her, he might go mad. He already looks like he's a nervous wreck, and he looks like he's falling
Yeah.
apart.
Can we put some kind of goggles on him or like a veil or like I don't know,
When
a paper bag?
when he smells her and feels her presence and hears
Uh,
her speak, he's gonna know that thing is in the room,
just
and it's gonna cost him
put
sanity. You can't avoid sanity by not looking.
we'll
In many cases,
tell him to put a pillow over his
you're offering a lot of
entire
shit that's not
face.
gonna help him at all. So if Ada's
Okay,
involved,
fine.
Hutton is involved. Hutton's gonna have to make a sanity check. Everybody in the
Wait,
room is
don't
gonna have to make a
we
sanity check. It's gonna have to
Which
be
Hutton's
either
pretty much
or.
guaranteed to fail.
98% chance he will fail that sanity check.
Yep.
He has to roll an 01 or an 02 to succeed.
Yep.
Let's ask Hutton how he feels about Ada.
I can tell you how you feel, Sean. You don't want
Oh,
that
yeah.
fucking thing around you.
Yeah, no.
You smelled it and you heard it talk. You don't want it
But
anywhere
in the
around
context
you.
of if we perhaps maybe can only kill Wilkes with her help, we don't know that, but in the context of that, how do you feel overall about including
No.
her or not?
Hutton, you'd rather
No.
take a
If
stick
you
of
make yourself
dynamite
clear.
and if it all goes wrong, light it and kill everybody
Yeah.
than deal with that thing that you
Yeah.
smelled in the cemetery.
No.
Okay, that's what you get. No, he's not stuttering at all right now. No,
Dang it.
no. Unless that's the stutter.
Dang it.
Well,
It was a good idea, but he's too fragile
I just don't want to
mentally.
waste. I don't know. I feel like it was all kind of a waste then if we don't use her to kill
Then it's a
Wilkes,
waste.
you know?
Well, or just call her up and don't tell Hutton, and she shows up in the room and see what happens.
That's so.
He looks.
Do what you want.
He does have
Do
a
what you
gun.
want.
He was planning on bringing guns. I think everybody's going to come in heavily
Yeah.
armed. Damn it,
Oh,
Aaron. I
don't know what to do.
need. What do I need from you?
well, if Wilkes
luck
becomes
check.
flesh and blood man
One.
again, we can shoot him.
2. It's Tuesday.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Luck and spot hidden. Basically, you're doing a combined check. You have to make a roll that beats both. Okay.
Okay, so
Do it 3
first-
times. Tell me if you make any.
First luck is a fail,
I-
and then spot.
Then don't worry about it. If one or the other fails, then it's a fail. You have to beat both
Okay.
with one roll. So do that 3
Okay.
times.
two.
And tell me if you make any of them. Sorry, keep
Two
going,
is
guys.
a definite fail.
Yeah.
And 3 is also a fail.
Okay. So there you go.
I don't know what that was for.
Nope, nobody does.
Neither
Well, I
do
think
but that's
Aaron
fine.
might have a clue, but I'm just doing a combined check now, so you're not rolling. It's just you got to beat both. If you beat both, something happens.
Gotcha.
Anyway, and that takes care of you through Tuesday for that. Okay. So generally, you don't have to make a plan yet. You've gotten together. You've conferred. Hutton has showed you the spell.
Yep.
You could probably figure out how to cast it. I'm not going to make you make any rolls to try to cast the spell. We're not going to do that tonight. It's almost 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, this.
I'd love to have kind of a general idea of when you want to do this, but you don't have to decide that tonight either.
Probably
I feel like it's within the week. I
Like
could
tonight,
safely
you could
say.
do it tonight
There's no-
if you want.
There's no reason to wait.
Yeah, but I would say potentially tonight, but say within the next few days, I would say at least.
Wednesday night, Wednesday night's a late night for the paper, Hutton, because that's the night. It's early Wednesday morning that the
Oh,
paper's
'cause-
finished up and printed out and everything is ready.
Yep.
But Tuesday night is not anything special for the paper. Also,
That'll
there's
do.
been. Sorry, I'm sorry, Kevin. Say that.
That'll
again.
do. I said that'll do.
So the
Tuesday night then.
so tonight hopefully is the plan to do this. Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Hutton,
Sure.
there's been no alarms or anything from the widow Danforth at this point. So
Okay.
it's been
Good.
it's been a night. Well, we did it on Monday. It's
Well,
Tuesday.
and what time
Okay.
is it now on Tuesday? Like when are
Whatever.
we?
Morning.
Nothing has really happened yet on Tuesday.
No, there's been no alarm, and Hutton would have heard it. Screams from the house or whatever.
Cool. So
Nothing
we have
happened
all day
Tuesday morning
Tuesday,
at
in
least.
theory.
So,
She would at least come busting through his door with a broom.
well, if she thought
Oh.
with a broom. So it's say Tuesday morning. That's where we'll end for tonight.
Cool.
Questions, comments, suggestions, criticisms, favorite thing, least favorite thing, Fernando.
Yeah. It was fun trying to rob someone and miserably failing.
Oh my God, your dice were killing you.
Yes, my dice do not want me to be a criminal, apparently. So
But you got it done.
I was waiting for the
That's the worst.
Mr. Fowler.
Oh my
oh,
God.
yeah.
That's a joke from our when I ran AD&D for these guys, and Sean went off on his own to do some robbing, and it did not go well. Okay, Miss Eldridge. Questions, comments, suggestions, criticisms. Favorite thing, least favorite thing. Plans are changing so quickly.
So many things. I like that I finally got to talk to Ada again.
Yep.
That was probably my favorite part, I
Okay.
think. She's nice, and her friend Mr. Mars is not nice.
Mars Parlow.
But
That's a familiar.
part of
Weird.
me, there's like a dark little part of Isabella that kind of is curious
Wants
what
to
it
be a
would be
ghoul.
like to be a ghoul.
Oh.
Kind of.
So delicious.
I think if I end up going insane or like dying or something along those lines,
If
like
you die, you don't
he's
get
gonna
to
be a
do
ghoul.
it. But yeah,
Well,
if you go
or like
completely
almost
mad,
dying
if you
or
go
whatever.
completely insane, yeah, I could see Isabella just being like heading for the graveyard that night, calling up whatever ghoul and being
Can
like, "Teach me your ways," or whatever.
if I go totally insane, can I just?
Mhm.
I can still be a ghoul.
Yeah, if you go totally insane,
Cool.
yeah. It's
Okay.
not like
It seems like a
you-
I'm down.
requirement.
it's
do it.
not a requirement, but it probably will happen along the lines of becoming a
I
ghoul.
feel like it fits for her.
It does.
She'll
would
be
be kinda
cool.
cool.
Not
That would be
required,
neat.
but it helps.
It
I
would
think
require what?
Josie is asking, though. I think what Josie is asking is, will she get to play her character as a ghoul?
No, once you go insane, you're done.
Not
The character's
really.
done. Okay, so she's
I
not
wasn't
asking
really
that.
asking that exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was assuming. So if you
Yeah.
weren't asking that, then
Although
yeah.
that would be cool.
No.
Maybe
But
like
say,
a
Once a character
I-
once in a while NPC.
she might show up
I
as
could
an
play.
NPC, yeah. She might be like, "Oh, Alonzo, Fernando, you're so delicious. Come to my lair." We were friends once. I know exactly how many years you have left to live. It's not many. I can make it quicker for you. Whatever, she's crazy by then.
Oh
so
man,
who
that'd be
knows what
such
she
a
might
fun spin-off story though, like my adventures as a ghoul with the ghouls. I'm so curious what that would be
Ghouls
like.
sit around and eat.
I
That's
love
pretty
that.
much their lives. They hang out, they eat, they dig
No,
up
but they
bodies.
can
and they
do
eat.
magic and like
Or-
Some of them
go to
can.
Dreamlands.
Yeah.
And, like,
Mars
there's all
can
kinds of cool
apparently do
stuff.
magic. Ooh, interesting.
So can I. I've already done magic.
You have.
So
So Loren Hutton, questions, comments, suggestions, criticisms, favorite thing, least favorite
I don't want to go insane.
thing. 2 points.
I'm in.
If you don't want to go
Yeah,
insane, I'll
he's-
give you the easiest way not to. Loren leaves. He goes
he's
back to
not
Chicago and never deals with any of this shit again. And gets a lot of fucking
Yeah.
therapy.
then he's kaput anyway as a character.
Yeah, his character will be gone. Or he stays in Saltmarsh and he never looks into the esoteric again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But yeah, Loren started with low power and and low sanity, and he's just gone downhill. So yeah. But
Oh, yeah.
going insane is a typical ending for Call of Cthulhu investigators.
It is.
Especially when they push themselves, especially Josie casting all these spells. But
I know, and I also started with low power and
yeah, you
kind
did.
of low sanity. I don't remember where I
Yeah,
started. with sanity.
I hope you don't go insane either. I'd love you to see it through at least the end of your part of the story.
Yeah.
Before you're like, I'm taking the next stage home. Shit is weird here. Why are there not any bodies up at the prospector's fucking graveyard? What is going on? I'm out.
Yeah.
But
no, I
tell you
definitely
this:
enjoyed the
if
night.
you do eliminate the Wizard Wilkes and finish that storyline successfully, that gives you some sanity back. Don't forget that. Not a lot necessarily. but something.
Enough
I
to
did think of
survive one
something
more encounter.
while
Hmm.
Fernando was inside the Widow Danforth's house.
Dan Forth. There's no S.
Danforth, sorry.
That's
Uh,
okay.
Hutton has the exact size of Adam's feet and a life-size drawing of it. He failed to make a casting.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, we could have. And I
Made
know it's like
fakes.
Fernando. I know Fernando whittles.
Make fakes out of
No,
wood.
don't you? Don't you whittle? I thought you whittled.
Somebody was whittling,
No.
but I don't remember who. You could always make some
Fernando
giant
plays the
feet.
guitar. That's his
Yeah.
gimmick. He plays the
You're
guitar.
right. I do
But,
remember
like,
somebody
make-
whittling, but I don't remember who it was or what. It might have been an NPC actually too.
Yeah,
can't
make
remember.
fakes and stomp around.
No, yeah, so he has no
Blame Adam
forgery
for
or
all that.
anything like that.
I
Yeah.
still have things I want Hutton to deal with, but if his sanity is
We're gonna find out what
so
happens.
low.
Was it Enid in the Dreamlands?
No,
barbarian
no,
guy?
He didn't whittle. Yeah. Okay.
It
Well, I
sounds
hope you
kind
don't
of
go
familiar.
crazy, but it is a potential ending for a
It's what
character.
it
It's a
is.
good potential ending for a character, to be quite honest. Most of
It
a lot
is
of
what it
Lovecraft's
is.
protagonists went insane.
Go crazy.
Threw themselves out the window. I hear it coming up the stairs. The window is my only hope. That's how the
Yep.
story ends. He kills himself. Lieutenant Alonzo Shaeder. Questions, comments, suggestions, criticisms. Favorite thing, least favorite thing.
Well, looks like we have a plan and
Yes.
finally have the thing, so we're getting someplace.
Yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plan works out. I have a good feeling about it. I like this plan. I'm behind it. Whatever frickin' Venkman said in Ghostbusters to Ray. Okay.
What a great plan! I'm glad
So-
to be a part of it.
Yes. What a great plan. I'm glad. So 2 weeks. Is 2 weeks gonna work for
That
people?
was I believe that was the line that
Probably.
you're thinking of.
Yes, it is the line.
No.
It's that simple,
2
and I
weeks
try to complicate.
will.
The 2nd of
2
July.
weeks will not work.
2 weeks will
Yeah,
not work.
That movie was so
So
quotable.
as of right
Love it.
now, we are planning to be hopefully in Ohio, the 2nd and the 9th.
Both those days. Okay. So, what about let's see, Regency Cthulhu is the 25th. What about the 16th?
Grab a calendar.
Yeah, July
can make that
16th
work.
then. We can skip. That sucks. It really sucks. Like,
That's
okay,
a while.
big potential ending here.
I know.
See you in a month, guys.
We
So what are we
could
thinking?
have an
July
ending though.
16th?
What if we?
July 16th is the next possible date then. Hutton,
Unless you switch 'em.
Sean will be unavailable the 2nd and the 9th. Is 16th, does that seem okay to people?
It'll have to do.
Don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's
It's
the big
sorry.
ending, so now we got to do some reruns right before we show the big ending again.
Yep.
So July 16th, I'm
Reruns?
going to put down on television. It's a thing, Josie. I don't know if you know what
I
television
know what
is.
reruns are, but what do you mean in this context?
In this context,
Not that yet.
before the big ending, they start showing
Yeah.
older episodes again
Before
several weeks in
before
a
the
row
season's
I know,
before
but,
the end of the season.
but in
Yeah.
this context, what do you mean reruns?
nothing.
No, in this
Nothing.
context, there's nothing. It's just a big space.
Yeah.
DTT,
Okay, so
7
it's just-
p.m.
Or have you gotten things down with your next one shot?
Oh, shit. I don't, but I could. I could run. Let's see, hold on. Regency of Cthulhu's next week. So on the 2nd, I could run the Morrow Project. Ooh.
What's that?
Okay, the Morrow Project. So in the 60s, this man named Morrow decided the world was going to end. So he started setting up. It's a lot like Fallout, but way before Fallout was anything anybody thought of. So Morrow set up these bunkers. They were all supposed to be connected, right? And because he was afraid of World War III, and this lasted
Okay.
through the 80s, and in 1989, the world was nuked. Something happened. There was a big nuclear war. These people had been put in suspended animation, and so from the 60s to the 80s, soldiers, scientists, engineers, and what their job was to be when they came out of the bunker was to rebuild the world. So they've got
That's
equipment,
exactly like
they've
Fallout.
got supplies, and unfortunately, there was a glitch, and the main computer that was to control all the bunkers got nuked, or something happened to it. So it's 150 years after you're supposed to wake up.
Okay, that sounds like Fallout stole that, kind of, maybe, or it was just an
it's
independent
a generic
idea.
kind of idea.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty
Dope,
sure.
though.
Like,
I mean, I'm down.
it is
That sounds
a
awesome.
very crunchy game. It's very crunchy.
What do you mean?
So
You're saying-
a lot of charts, a lot of math, that kind of stuff. Just keep that
Oh.
in mind. For combat, there's a
But-
lot of math. The stories, there's going to be some combat. I'm running this to play test it. But yeah, we could
Oh.
play on the second.
I'm not good at math, though.
We could play.
But I like the idea.
I'm not good. I'm not good at math either. That's why I have calculators.
Yes, I'll be using a calculator too. So if Regency Cthulhu is probably on the 9th, then I could run. Potentially, I could get this ready up to speed and run Morrow Project on the 2nd. So I'm going to jot it in there, and I'll put
I
something
was throwing
up.
that out there
For
if that
anybody
was
who's
something that you
interested.
felt like you wanted to do, regardless, Andy. So I didn't know if that was something you thought you might want to do.
It
you
can
brought
be
it
a
up.
maybe at this juncture. I got to see how much of that I can get read by that time. Otherwise, it'll just be a
Okay.
week off for us.
Cool.
Or
And I'm fine either way. But
Or if
Yeah.
people are bored and they're like, we want to play a game, then I'll throw together some bullshit, everybody makes up super quick characters, and then I'll send you to something like
One good one.
Azathoth is coming to Earth. If you don't stop
no.
him, you all die. Or whatever.
There's a one shot I ran one time. It's called Honey Heist. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we go into
Really
more
good,
details,
Last minute.
yes, let's end the stream. I want to thank everybody who watched and you guys for playing. This was interesting. I'm hoping that next session is action. So yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody.
the demise of Loren Hutton. Next
Something's gonna
time.
happen. I tell you what. I tell you
July
what.
16th. Be there. Be there. Be there.
Ghouls.
The ghouls won't be there, or Hutton will
and
definitely go
wizards.
insane. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.